we are live. Wow, that was super quick. Hi everybody. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
Welcome to It's a Long Story, the thruple week campaign, campaign week going. It's 3 campaigns going 3 times a week. Running in the homebrew world of Imea. Obviously, today is Friday, so we are running with our Friday campaign, the Unearthed Arcanum. Is it Unearthed Arcanum or Arcanum? Is that what we decided?
Arcanum works.
Arcanum?
Love it. Very cool. So let's see. I think we're good to go on that. Did we figure out who is going to lead us off on where we left off?
Down in the corner.
No, it's different for everybody.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
No,
it's not.
You guys are just pointing in a full Mario Party circle right now. You're just
amazing.
Okay, so we all started off by going to Brooke's office and having a little chat with an informant who was a halfling named Priscell, who claimed to have been imprisoned in Azumare, which is a casino near Maracaba. And while in jail, he said he met somebody named Phyllis, who was into the slave trading, and he was talking about a young girl that matched Maeve's description. So we got the details from him, had a little heart-to-heart soul searching with him. Gwen convinced him to turn his life around, as she does. He got a little suspicious of me. Started talking thieves' cant. All good though. Brooke.
Oh, your New York just came out there. Started talking thieves' cant.
Thieves' cant.
It's only 4 years. So Brooke and I had a talk about why she sent it out, and I thanked her for that. A little heart-to-heart between us. Then we went to the college, which was where everyone had their own little bit. Alistair and Nalani really shined in the library, where they were doing research on a number of different topics, and they had a very awesome moment talking about magic, and we'll see what comes out of that connection between Alistair and Nalani, especially with Nalani learning magic now. And then we went to Io, who went to his old professor. I lost the name. It's somewhere in here.
Dr. K.
Dr. K. Talked about demonology. The professor seems very suspiciously interested in Io's new patron and gave him a means of keeping notes for her. I'm assuming that can only be read by him or her. I think I skipped something. No.
Grintelli and her brother.
Oh, yeah. So Alistair had a moment where he lost track of the world around him and walked outside following Priscell. And then we all caught up, but as we were leaving the police station, Grincelli, Mortimer, and her brother walked into the police station, and there was a very strange moment of interaction between Alistair and the brother. A little creepy, a little weird. We're gonna see more where that goes. He seemed to have a very keen interest in Alistair. Jumping back forward, Gwen and I went to find a swole archaeologist who got us on a caravan.
A zoologist? I'm trying to combine the 2 words.
Oh, a zoologist.
A zoologist. There we go.
Amazing.
And there we coordinated our trip south. I did skip the part where Alistair... Was it Alistair or no? Somebody conned Nalani into...
Io
conned Nalani into messing with a important professor, and that was a learning experience for everyone involved, I think.
Oh, and you have a little mini stalker.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
have a little mini
Yep.
stalker from that, a little goblin girl who, freshman at the college, followed us down to Professor Thorin, that's his name.
Mhm.
And then once we were done at the college, oh no, Alistair had that talk with his father, and they had another kind of awkward farewell. And he did leave very important instructions with his family that his father will likely be able to decipher. Then we went to the caravan at the West Gate and headed out as Alistair downed some kind of sleeping potion. Did I miss anything?
Sleeping potion.
Potion.
No,
Controlled
I think.
substances.
Yes. Point of just a small point of order. Just to be fully clear. I would say Azumare is like, it's not just like a casino near Maracaba. It is legitimately like a full Las Vegas like type of like it's its own entity by far. Also, I think it's I'll have to check the map. I think it's like a day's journey from Maracaba.
Yeah, I think we said Gwen could have gone there for like a long weekend. So,
Mhm.
Okay.
and she
And we
has
did
been
say
there for a
that
long weekend.
And she has, is that
we
what you
heard
said?
about.
I think
She
so.
has.
Writing it down.
Yeah.
We did say we heard about Pest at the Bittersweet in Dare's Wharf, but I have Bittersweet highlighted. I think you wanted to change that.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I don't know if I even changed. Hold on. This would be, well, we could do. Boy, we're going on a deep dive. I got to jump into the 2-year campaign to make sure I didn't already use this thing. We'll see if that comes up. You guys got quite a journey out.
Yeah.
I cannot remember off the top of my head. How long did I say a journey was?
2 weeks
Just
to
Celeste.
Celeste, and then I don't think he said how long by boat
Right.
I think.
to Dare's
I
Wharf.
don't think we know how far by boat to Dare's Wharf. I don't think we've said that
I
yet.
don't think we've settled on taking a boat out of Dare's Wharf.
We gotta get. How are we gonna get there from Celeste if we're walking down the little peninsula?
I mean, maybe we don't have to go to Celeste.
Listen right now. If you don't go to Celeste and go on a boat, Clinton, you owe me like $300.
You got it.
I'm just kidding. You guys do whatever you want.
He'll get us eventually.
That's
I
right.
think we
I'll get you eventually.
decided to go to Celeste, do a boat to Dare's Wharf, and then circle back up through
By land.
Fantasy Vegas and Maracaba on our way back.
Cool.
That will give Jeffrey time to get back to us.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I mean, I fully think, just in case, like, it depends on where you guys end up. We're gonna say that Jeffrey just kind of, Ellen Vox came with you guys.
Yes, definitely.
He's been a little quiet, a little reserved.
He's got a lot to process.
He does.
He does have a lot.
Lots of
I mean,
meditation
all
with
of
the
you.
sword.
What's
I
that?
meant more for
Lots of meditation
backstory
with the
reasons.
sword.
Yes. absolutely.
Meditations with the sword. Yeah.
Um.
He's never been off his mountain before. Like, it's a lot.
Sensory overload.
Yes.
Everything overload. We are collectively a lot.
I don't know what you're talking about. Gwen is a delight.
Ow. Yeah.
I think I want wine tonight.
So we are. So I did. So the name of the. Now that I'm thinking of it being that doesn't really make sense. Never mind. If it comes up, I'll have a name. Okay. So I think with that, we will dive right in. So I think we, looking at like how this journey would typically go, we're obviously not going to role play a full 2 weeks. So, is there anything you guys would want to do in the beginning of the journey? So this is you leaving Ariscar, watching it kind of fade off into the distance, heading off into the wooden, the thick of the forest. We'll kind of talk more about that as we get closer to it, or when we get to it. But is there anything within like that sort of span of time that you guys want to do?
No, I think Siobhan's going to be pretty much reserved to herself. She'll only really talk if somebody engages her.
Cool.
I think we said Gwen was riding in the cart, so she would just be chatting up whoever's driving. I think it was Callus. That is.
Oh, you're in the cart?
Yeah, I think she's so tired, you guys.
She was sitting. We said she was sitting on the driver's seat next to the driver.
Yeah,
and Alistair was unconscious in the back.
Yeah.
Cool. No, I mean there's some character weird development stuff there. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll say we'll kind of jump in, and then we can cut from there later on if we needed to. But let's go ahead and jump into it's the same day. I think you guys left like 3 o'clock. That sound right?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
So I would say we're cutting in right to the point where you see the Ariscar is no longer visible. Say it's probably around like 4:30. So you see the sun is starting to set, and so as the party travels in this, I didn't really paint this as a very clear. Sorry, 1 second. Nope. Okay. I didn't paint this as a very clear picture. The like caravan wagon sort of thing that you're riding in is very small. It could potentially fit probably about 4 people. Comfortably 3 though. There are supplies and whatever the cargo is that was supposed to be carried to Celeste. You see there's just like kind of like boxed up in crates on top of each other with like a net around the whole thing. And as you guys head into the thicket, let's get this isn't really a marching order, but let's get an idea of where everyone is. So we have Gwen, who is next to the driver, who is Callus, right? Collis.
Yeah.
Collis.
Yeah.
And then we know that Alistair is in the back, zonked out. I would say that Ellenbox is there as well. But we won't, for the sake of mechanics, we won't count Ellenbox as a person taking up space right now. And where's everybody else?
Walking alongside the cart.
All 3 you are?
I think if Siobhan is obviously wanting to be alone, I think Nalani's kind of trailing behind the cart, kind of thumbing through the book, the introductory to magic book that he has, kind of like a teenager on their cell phone kind of thing.
Love it. Cool.
I would say Io's probably, because there's 2 people in the cart at the moment, right? Or 3.
Mechanically speaking, there's
not including Gwen because she's riding with the cart driver.
You mean in the back, right? So the wagon,
the
we'll say.
Yeah.
Technically, there would be because Gwen is taking the seat next to the driver. The half-orc fellow that you haven't been able to talk with yet is actually probably riding in the back.
Okay.
Actually, no. He'd probably be outside. He wouldn't be riding in the back. He's walking.
I would say Io's probably riding in the back, but like right where I guess if it's like as I'm picturing it, I'm assuming it has like that mouth in the back. That leads to the outside. I'm imagining him like right there.
Yeah.
You're on the
Riding on the
tailgate.
tailgate.
Yeah.
Love that. Very cool. So Nalani, as you're kind of like walking behind, you can like kind of see. I think there's probably like a dread that's like kind of hanging over the backside, so you can see that like Io is right there, assumedly safe. When you were riding on the side of the car, you're riding in the driver's seat. And Siobhan, the half-orc that you don't know, is walking along the cart. Do you feel like you're walking on the opposite side of him, or same side?
Probably on the opposite side. I mean, kind of lost in thought, but also keeping my eyes out to the side of the road around us, just to make sure nothing untoward happens.
Cool. Then I would like a group perception check from Gwyn, Siobhan, and Nalani.
All right, guys, going at disadvantage. Let's see what I get.
Damn it.
That would be a 0.
An
Why are you
8.
not in the back sleeping with me?
Amazing. That's so good.
Roll the 2.
I rolled a 5, which gives us an 8.
Lonnie has a dirty 20, 15 plus 5.
And he's
There it is.
reading.
But to be honest, I kind of felt like Nalani should roll with disadvantage because he's reading.
If you weren't a ranger, I would say yeah.
Okay.
But like,
You're a fighter.
oh, I'm sorry, you are a fighter. Jeez.
His newfound connection to the natural magic of the world.
I am a woodland elf, though.
You're about as close to a ranger as a fighter gets.
I just said that because I keep thinking he's a ranger.
Yeah, same.
Very ranger aesthetic and energy going on.
If we were playing a sillier campaign, we would just have it like constantly be noted, like you're
A
sure you're a
ranger
ranger?
fighter.
Cool. So I'll give kind of the general sort of perception of what everybody sees, besides those that are in the wagon. And I'm going to be very general in my explanations here because there's for sure we know some of you have been here before, and others we're not so sure. So, as Eriskar becomes a blip in the distance, already kind of like shrouded in the basically kind of like silhouetted behind the sun because the sun sets.
We're losing you, Joe.
You're losing me? Oh, sorry. Is that better?
That's much better.
better.
That's better.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try something. This may bring us back to. Oh, I literally can't. It's full blast. Okay, cool. Never mind. I'll just make sure that I'm even the mic. Feel free to remind me if I lose you, or if you lose me. As you see, so Eriskar, so the sun setting in the west, kind of behind Eriskar, you see is kind of silhouetted and then really kind of just blurred out in the distance from where you are. Looking at the pathway that is set before you. Pathway is a very nice word for it. Excuse me. There is just. Excuse me. Sorry. There is just enough space for this tiny carriage to be able to kind of squeeze through. Just from like the beginning of your journey, you have this kind of like wide open plains area, and then as you get closer to, as you get further from Eriskar, it starts to break out into this sort of like somewhat mostly woodland terrain, but with some like kind of like rocky sort of we'll say like light browns from the stones and things like that. As you are actually not that far from the beginning of the desert either. Looking ahead, you see that basically the best way I can explain the area that you're going into looks like this.
Oh, good.
You see there is a very small and small pathway that is like littered with like very very low to the ground fauna that's probably sprouting from the lack of travel. That is as there's no constant travel back and forth from Celeste to Eriskar or Azumare. With those checks, you see pretty. Dude, what are you doing? Sorry, my dog's being nosy. You with those lower checks, I say everybody that is not Nalani, you see pretty much what I described. For some of you, this might be familiar. For some of you, it's completely new. Nalani, we know backstory wise that this is at least familiar territory going one way. With you said a 15 or 14?
It was a 20, but the actual roll was 15.
Oh, it was a 20. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That changes things. Okay. Cool. With a dirty 20, you just occasionally kind of like glance up from your book as you're looking around. And I think there's a certain point where as you start to kind of enter the sort of almost entrance of this forest area, you notice the wildlife kind of like just calmly staring back at you. It's a little jarring, considering the lack of skittishness from these woodland creatures. You see there, I mean, there's all types of like just the normal sort of woodland like creatures. You see squirrels, you see birds of every color. You see there's you're not certain, but you see kind of this like flash of blue among the canopy of the forest. And you're not sure why, but it seems familiar. Do you do anything with this information?
Yeah. How far away was the flash of blue from me?
Pretty far. I'd say probably about maybe like at about 80 feet around there.
Okay. And am I noticing any like little trails, like, game trails or faint trails crossing our path or like going into the forest and stuff?
It shows that I'm from New England. I assume like this is like deer paths and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, hundreds. I mean, as you get closer in, you would see hundreds. Like there's a ton.
Yeah. Is Siobhan close enough to me that she would probably hear? I think I'm gonna say towards Siobhan, like, "Hey, did you see that?" And just kind of alert her. First off, was it on the same side of the wagon as Siobhan? I'm picturing I'm sort of in the middle behind the wagon.
I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So I think I'm gonna say to Siobhan, I'm gonna take a couple quick steps forward to close the distance to her and say, "Hey, did you see that?" And kind of point in the direction that it was. There was a blue object out there I don't quite recognize.
I didn't see it. Could it have been a bluebird? I'm gonna look more closely at where he's looking.
Cool. I think as you look, I'll roll. I can do that too. Okay, cool. As you look closer, you do see that there are like a couple of like blue jays that like kind of like come in and out. Uh, they're definitely a light blue color.
You mean the birds?
No, it was bigger than that, and it just kind of disappeared about 80 feet out there. Maybe it was nothing.
Do you think it was something though?
Yeah, Nalani, I think at those, because like that is a totally reasonable like thing of what it could be, and you also think of like it wasn't the canopy, like so it wasn't that kind of like treetop sort of area, like.
Yeah.
You hear a shout from the front of the carriage. Is everything all right?
Yeah. I think I just saw the Blue Jays.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's lovely wilderness out here. You've never been in the forest before? He is turning his like around his seat and just shouting at you.
I think I kind of quicken my steps so he's not turning around, and so I can say, yeah, I've been in the forest quite a bit. I mean, I pretty much grew up in the forest. These animals seem to be unafraid of us. Is this how they always are when you come through here?
Yeah. Yep.
That didn't sound very self-assured.
I think as Siobhan, do you also come up?
I would follow him.
Okay, cool.
If he's getting a little nervous, I'm going to start getting a little nervous.
You got it. I mean, everybody sees what they, everybody sees things a little different, and we see what we see, and.
Yeah, but I grew up in the woods. I know how animals are supposed to act, and these animals are not acting skittish in any way.
You grew up in the woods, huh?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Is there something you're not telling us?
What? No, honestly, mate, I was just making sure everybody was okay and I was having a conversation.
Can I roll a what kind of check would it be?
What do you want to find out?
Maybe a perception. I want to know, is he telling me the truth or is he hiding something?
That is, for the record, just for that is classic insight.
It's what?
Insight.
That would be an insight check. That would always be an insight check.
Insight. Ooh, 21.
Oh, baby.
Nice.
For once, 2 weeks in a row, I'm due.
So he rolled pretty dang high too. But I will tell you, he does seem a little nervous more at the question that you posed to him. He has seemed extremely comfortable up until that point. And I think with a 21, you kind of get the feeling that like I think you get the feeling that there was a part of the social aspect that threw him more than anything as far as environmental.
Okay. I think I'm gonna kind of slow down a little bit and ease back to. I'm picturing Siobhan's like a step behind me, maybe. maybe slow down and just say, I think we should keep our eyes open. I'm sure it's nothing, but it doesn't hurt to be a little vigilant.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. My head's just not really been in it. I'll
Yeah,
do better job at looking out.
I can only imagine. I lost my uncle, and I know you lost your husband and your daughter. And I can't even imagine what you're going through. I just want you to know that I'm committed, and I'm willing to do what needs to happen to help find your daughter.
I appreciate that, Nolani.
And if you ever need someone to talk to, I can listen.
Not much one for talking, but I do appreciate the offer. And if there's anything I could help you with too, I mean, I know I couldn't open that box, but I know there's other things at play here as well.
I know you're not much for talking, but if ever you need someone to walk next to, you know. And then Nolani's gonna slow down back to the back of the wagon, but he's gonna put his book away and be much more vigilant.
Okay, cool. As you slow down to the back of the wagon, back of the wagon, you kind of just I think you just kind of toss the book in. I mean, you could even just jump on it and kind of throw the book in, but it's Io, roll me a perception check.
Sure. 1 second here. That is my D20, right? 15 perception plus. Oh, wow. Okay. 15 plus 7. That's 22.
22. Nice. You fully awaken as a book just the corner just happens to just knock you right in the head and fall to the ground.
Oh, what the? Oh. And with a 22, did I know exactly whose book this is?
Yeah, I mean, I think you were with him when you got it, right?
Yeah, I think I was. I just wanted to make sure. Hey, watch where you throwing that thing, man.
Oh, sorry.
So, what were you guys doing just now?
Just walking, looking at the animals, and I learned something. Nolani's gonna reach down and grab some dirt, and you're gonna see him hold out a fist size of dirt, and it's gonna morph into the shape of a star for about 2 seconds, and then fall all over the ground.
Well, I'll be. Ain't that something? I think at this point, Io kind of rustles out and kind of tries to, as gracefully as he can, hops out of the carriage as it's moving.
Okay, cool. Give me a dexterity check, low DC.
Sure.
Mitch, check your messages if you haven't yet.
13 plus. Not a saving throw, just a check, right?
Just a check.
Okay. 15?
15? Yeah. Yeah, you managed to kind of are able to roll yourself out, but catch your legs underneath you and manage to kind of keep your movement with the cart as it continues to move forward, or excuse me, the wagon. Quinn, being there on the other side of Collis for this whole conversation, you see as Nolani and Siobhan kind of meander off. You hear him kind of like muttering to himself. You don't hear what he's saying, but you just hear him kind of like he just sounds a little frustrated.
Okay. I think until Nalani and Siobhan had come up to have that conversation, she had just been making like idle chit chat, asking, what the goal is, where he's going, that kind of stuff, but in a way that she's not really taking in the information because she's really tired, so she's not comprehending any of it.
Okay.
But I think hearing him mutter to himself, she's just like, "Oh, sorry, I missed that. Did you say something?"
Well, no. Did you need to sleep? You can.
No, I think I'm okay for now. We've had a long day. Really hoping it's gonna be smooth sailing from here.
Yeah. Well,
Although that's really hard, I know, on these roads. There's always stuff coming.
well, we'll probably manage it. It might take us some time, and but we'll get there. As far as how hard or how easy it is, who's to say?
Yeah, I know. And then she's just gonna go into like this long, rambling story about coming from Morakaba back to Airskar and what they ran into on the road, and just probably not making much sense.
Cool. Do you have on your notes? Probably find it. Nope. Do you happen to remember who the orc woman was that you were traveling with?
Yeah, her name was. Hold on, I'll find it. That was session 2. That would have been an orc lady. Yeah, I'll find her name.
It definitely would have been an orc lady. We'll say that you mentioned her. You just mentioned her name in passing, and it sounds like an orcanite.
Yeah, she was one of the employees at the mine. She came with me. I really maybe should have mentioned to her that I was not staying in Airskar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
she'll figure it out. She's capable. She'll head back on her own.
Hard cut to her in the bar, just still waiting there, just drinking. And you see Curtis come up and, sorry, I was just wondering about your bar tab, if you were. Oh, okay. And
Bella, that was her. Was it Bella?
Yes.
Bella. Of course it was Bella.
Yeah, it was Bella.
It doesn't sound like an orc name, so that doesn't help with that, but you get the idea.
Let's say Bella was her nickname, and it was like an orcish name that could be shortened to Bella.
Yeah, she'd probably fine. It's funny. I mean, she could be. We're traveling with a half orc. Maybe that's his long lost mom. So I shouldn't.
Well,
that was not my information to share. I'm sorry.
That will be our little secret then. Does he not want people to know?
I don't know. He told me, but we've been friends for years, so.
Well,
I'd like
keep it between us.
That's okay. Thank you. So, you're from Airskar? You went to like the school and.
Yeah, I went to the school there. I didn't grow up in Airskar, but not too far away from there. But yeah, I lived there for all the school, and then went to Morakaba and a few other places. And now we're off to Celeste. We're just traveling all over.
That sounds like a very short paraphrase of a long story.
Yeah, it's been a really long week. It hasn't even really been a week yet. It's been like 6 days. It's been a very long 6 days.
I mean, it's been a week at some point, right?
You are not wrong.
You see him, he's kind of giving like a wry smile. Gwen, roll me an insight check as you've spent time talking with him in general.
Hey, that's not bad. I rolled a 13 and a 15, so 11.
Cool. With an 11, there's like, I think it's a little bit hard to get a read of him on like an intelligence scale. He is, this is going to sound confusing because it almost sounds like the opposite of what I told Siobhan. But it is, or excuse me, Nalani, really, but, or both, whatever. He seems to be good at like social talk. Except for at one point in your conversation. And that was just like, you notice that he, again, same sort of thing. He kind of just got nervous when you started talking about like the road and like how easy it's going to be. And so I think you noticed that, but like, yeah, it's just hard to get a read on him, like intelligence wise. Sometimes he seems kind of dumb. Sometimes he seems smarter than the average human, we'll say.
Sense.
Also, he is, I don't know if I gave a full description of him last time. Let me know if I did.
I don't think you did.
Okay, cool. So he is
Professor Thorne's son.
Okay, gotcha. So in Professor Thorne's likeness, he's very broad-shouldered. Has like a very like short, almost like crew cut black hair. Has a little bit of a beard, but it's like more of like it's like kind of like the like in between stubble and beard sort of level. You notice that his eyes are like a very light brown. And when you tell me, no check, but you tell me how much you're staring at his eyes.
She does make eye contact when she talks to people, but I also awkward sitting in a cart. So
right,
probably not as much as usual, but enough to maybe notice. What was the race again? Is it
human?
Human, right?
Yep.
But she's used to people. Well, from her own eye color shenanigans, you know, she picks up on that kind of stuff, probably.
Right. Okay, cool. I'd say, I mean, you're sitting pretty close to him. I'd say there's probably a certain point, like with the sun in the early afternoon, kind of like giving off weird rays from all directions. You notice that there's like some like yellow specks in his eyes. Excuse me.
Cool.
Yeah, I think you guys continue to have a conversation. Was there anything that you wanted to talk to Collis about?
I mean, she would probably ask him a little bit about his father, but again, not really retaining the information. It's just at this point, conversation for her is like breathing. It just happens. Words come out.
Let's do this because you've said that a couple times. So just in case it comes up, roll me. You're still exhausted, correct?
Yeah, I'm rolling at disadvantage.
Okay. I guess perception? Yeah.
Perception?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a 12 and a 15, so 10.
Okay. That's not bad. Especially for Gwen.
Especially for Gwen.
I think with that, you surmise that he, you start like you ask him about his father and things like that, and again, like you notice that he has kind of the like broad shoulder build, but he's not like he's not like world's strongest man build at all.
No Lou Ferrigno.
Not Lou Ferrigno. Yeah, I can't even think of a build that would make sense. Like just a thinner dude. He looks to be in shape. He just seems to be a little thinner. I noticed especially by the broad shoulders and lack of like huge arms.
Yeah.
And in conversations with him, you see that he loves his dad. His dad's his hero.
Amazing.
He seems really proud when he talks about him. He in no way showed any sort of magical prowess. He had talked about like at some point like possibly following in the like family lineage of ancestral barbarians, but at one point he just kind of explains to you, I kind of made an idea that if something magical were to happen to me, I would rather just be in my own terms. And then explains that he has 4 other brothers that could also take the mantle. So he's not worried about it. Yeah, but like seems to be relatively well adjusted.
Awesome.
And I think he probably kind of talks to you a lot about like detail of like what he's even doing in Ariscar and like how excited he is to be able to he might be like taking some time off in Celeste just to be able to having Tamar send the cart back just to kind of like peruse out and just see. And he just starts to kind of talk to you about the specifics of Celeste, and that's when you just start to kind of
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Io, because I think this is happening while this is. I'm gonna give you a check. It's a high DC, but I want to give you a chance just in case.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
Alrighty. Oof. That one is a 9.
Okay, yeah, that's not gonna cut it.
Yeah.
You hear him talking about Celeste. That's all. And you're still kind of going through like your you're still kind of like climbing out of it. And I think that's really why you're like you hear Celeste as you're falling down to the ground. But cool. Is there anything else you'd like to do here before we fast forward?
I will say every now and then, I think Gwen would glance over at the half-orc, but not really make an attempt to have a conversation with him since she's concentrating so much on maintaining conversation where she's at.
Sure. Feel free to roll me either a perception check or an insight check.
Oh, it would be the same. Hey, that's a 17, but at disadvantage, I also rolled an 8, so that's a 6.
Okay, cool. You notice 2 things.
Nothing, no.
You notice 2 things as the okay, what this? Gwen has a certain radar that's always up. And like as far as the idea of like I don't know, you tell me on this. Feel free if you're like, no, that's not even close. I feel like Gwen takes a specific page to anyone who shows any interest in her.
Yes. Yep. Okay. She definitely would. And she's always, she definitely would notice attractive people. We'll just put that out there. But also anybody who is interesting, even in a non-physical way. So.
Okay. What may mark... I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
That's okay. I was just saying people with a presence she takes notice of.
This half-orc definitely has a presence. You see he had his hood down when he was in Ariscar. You see that hood is like fully up. you now see he didn't have it at the time, but he actually has like he has a bow strapped to his back. You can see that like most of what he's wearing is green. And you also notice that he is for a half orc, he's very short. Kind of stocky. You also notice with an 8, which is not good, but you also notice with an 8, because I think again this is the radar that I'm talking about here on this. You also notice that he has not once looked at you.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. Anything else, gang? I think Alistair, you're still kind of conked out.
I
rolled
oh,
a D8. I assume I'm out for 3 hours. I rolled a 3. So.
Okay, cool.
I think when Io did hear Celeste be mentioned, he just asked Mr. Thorne, I'm trying to remember his first name. Just, oh, so you ever been to Celeste before? I heard you mention it just a second ago.
You said Mr. Thorne?
Yeah.
Are you just like running up alongside him?
Yeah. At this point, I'm kind of catching up and just trying to make some conversation.
Cool. Awesome. I'm so sorry. 1 second. He kind of like veers the horses off to the side a little bit. I'm just trying to. There's a big rock up ahead. I just got to move around it, and then you full perception. You see the rock. It wouldn't have affected the wheels at all. As he like kind of just veers off and just like is able to kind of put back on. That span of time of doing that took about a solid 30 seconds. And he goes, yeah, it's a cool place.
Nice. Yeah, I actually spent some time there myself. It has a lot of character.
That it does.
So what do you think about that barmaid there? You know, the water elemental?
Was this sorry, I don't. There was a barmaid that was a water elemental.
Yeah.
I must have been to a different bar.
Man, you got to go to that one, man.
I'll go to that one. What's the name of that one?
Oh, man. See, you asked me the wrong question because I feel like I've been gone 20 years.
It's okay. We're gonna be there, in a couple of weeks. You could show me. You could show me then.
Definitely. Well, I don't want to keep up too much of your time, so I guess I'm gonna let you get back to it. Can I make a insight check as to does he just seem kind of off to me, or does it seem like he is not interested in talking?
Yeah, roll the insight check.
Okay. Insight 15 and 6. No, it's 15 and 7. 22.
22. Okay. You're not sure. I will say that with Io, like, Io, you for the most part really kind of get along with everybody. You're a relatively smooth talker. I think with a 22, you're for sure knowing that like that the like sort of veering thing that he did was unnecessary. He does seem like odd with you.
Interesting.
I'll say this with a 22. When he asked you what was the name of the bar, you noticed that like he was been like concentrating on the road, but when he asked what the name of the bar was, he was like kind of staring right at you.
Okay.
Yeah. And with that, I think it's a good idea to be able to kind of move things forward. So we're gonna go to nighttime. So as you are all rolling or walking along, you finally get to a point where it has gone from dusk to dark. No perception check required. At a certain point, you just watch the half orc in a very like weird, like awkward sort of way, just take off running forward, like ahead of the cart. Yeah. Collis doesn't seem concerned.
So,
Nalani wants to jump on top of the cart, like it's kind of strapped down. Maybe acrobatics check. Jump up on there to get a higher vantage point, so he can see ahead where he went.
Oh, okay. I would say the acrobatics check would only really like see how long it would take for you to get up there. So
Okay.
It's pretty low.
And maybe roll a perception check. See if he can see what he's running towards, or see.
Yeah, absolutely.
See what's going
Go
on.
for it. Actually, Nalani, roll me a survival check.
Ooh.
Thanks for calling for a survival check.
Oh, that's not good. That's a 8.
Okay. It's dark. Things get dangerous in the dark. You're kind of worried that he ran far off, even though you don't know much about him.
Where's he going? I say to the human.
Okay. Collis just like kind of like looks up. Oh, Jesus. He's probably scouting ahead.
I don't know if I was muted when I said I wanted to run a little bit behind him.
You want to run a little bit behind him? Okay, he fully took off, so you would have to full sprint.
You
How
can't
dark
see in the
is
dark.
it?
Yeah, you have
That was the question. Next question. How dark is it?
It's between like the dusk and dark, so I would say that it is currently dim light, rapidly approaching darkness.
I wouldn't risk that. I can't see crap in the dark.
Alistair, you are up.
Yes. 2 questions. First, just normal vision. Do I see anything magical out and about around me?
Oh boy, you would ask me that.
I
Here
would.
we go. This is stuff that I got to prep for.
It could be no. It could be a no, man.
That's the first time you say that as well. It could be you could just say no.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just saying. There's my main concern actually is Callus.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. So if you want to, yeah, I'm saying if you want to center it around the road itself,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be a roll. If you wanted to kind of be a little bit further, I would say just you'd have to roll an Arcanum check.
That's right. So the second thing, though, and we'll just combine this all. I'm gonna cast Detect Good and Evil to see any auras of Fey fiends, undead that might be out and about. That will actually help me more with Alice than general sight.
Cool. Yeah, no need for a roll for that then. I mean, you can if you want.
I don't Nope. I just want to see what's going on with the guy in front of me, and I've been passed out, so I'm over here
You got it.
stomping my feet.
You see nothing magical.
Okay.
You see nothing, especially involving the general surroundings. You get a ping to your left as you look down, and you see Siobhan's like ponytail kind of like bouncing in the darkness. You
Did I see that damn fox?
I was gonna try to call her back tonight.
Yeah.
Damn
You see it.
fox.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She's like floating like 30 feet above you. I would say you don't see her. You just know that she's there.
Got it. Cool. So yeah, I think at this point I'll lean forward. Are we stopping here? Is this because is there like a path to a place for us to stay in, or
Hollis kind of like turns around and sees no. Just turns back around.
oh great, I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder. So no, we're not stopping here, or no, there's no place for us to sleep.
Yeah.
Say yes, we're stopping here.
What? I just answered your question.
But you didn't actually. You gave a one-word response for two
Looks-
questions.
Catches eyes with Gwen like, what?
Is that where your friend went to go scout out a place for us to stop up ahead?
Yeah, that's where he goes. He's really good in the dark, so
So we're not
Just-
stopping here, Alistair. We're going forward a little bit more.
that's what I said.
So a little bit forward is a place
We're
where we
starting
can.
out, Alistair, up ahead somewhere. When did we get the half-orc's name yet?
Nope.
We haven't asked him. That's great. We're awesome.
No, you don't know the orc's name, but you do know that the orc doesn't have a mother.
Sure do. Can bond over that later.
So the cabin that we're camping out in is up ahead. Is that what I'm understanding?
And just gives you this look of, oh, honey.
Vaughn just snickers from the side.
I can definitely make a
Alistair,
fire.
There's no cabin. We are sleeping on the road in the woods.
We didn't. Yeah, we didn't talk about that. I didn't.
Didn't
mean-
think we had to.
It's
What do you-
kind of implied.
How is it implied?
You can do the dome thing that you did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and for like when we need to like talk or rest or relax, that's awesome. But like,
Isn't sleeping resting?
And relaxing and
have you ever slept on the ground? It is
Yes.
awful.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to be doing for the next
Yeah.
few
Right.
weeks, Alistair.
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you mean, few weeks?
hmm
Until we get
I
to
mean-
Celeste, we're
Yeah.
camping.
Maybe months.
Yeah.
No.
Just getting to Celeste by itself,
True,
man.
actually.
That takes a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
From
you
there
wish you
forth
were on a
back?
ship?
I do know that it doesn't take a month.
We're talking about trips beyond Celeste.
Yeah.
And you haven't
And we'll
seen
be
how
on a
slow
boat for a little bit
Alistair
of it.
moves.
Okay.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, you guys did not say this. I did not bring the things that I need to sleep
Well,
here. And
I mean, you don't have to sleep.
I purchased enough supplies for us all. You've got a bedroll.
I have a tent.
Mhm.
She's gonna hold up her book. I stored in here.
So you all knew this was happening, and you didn't chair.
We all thought you knew.
We assumed it
Yeah.
was common sense.
We're sorry.
I mean, if
Let's
it makes you feel better, you could sleep in the wagon.
Yeah, it's practically like sleeping in your bed.
I mean, you
Like
slept in the
it's
wagon
like
for
a
3
cabin.
hours.
You'd be surrounded by wood.
It's pretty
Mhm.
comfy. You've already slept there for quite a while.
Okay.
Just wait till we get on a ship.
That's fine. I'm just like so. Any like I kind of rub my chin with just getting some stubble there, but like where am I gonna like shave and shower and clean
Gwen
up?
is just gonna prestidigitation your clothes.
That's what rivers are for.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't okay. Is your
Speaking of
friend?
which, I got a question for you, Al. Not to change the subject. I've never actually asked, what's it like to shave?
It's 5 to 10 minutes of my day that's wasted. I could be doing other things.
I think you could pull off a beard. You should think about it.
Yeah.
So
And what's it like to
yeah.
cut yourself? Have you ever cut yourself? How do you not cut yourself? And why do you have the
It's
cream?
a lot of practice.
Wait, Gwen, you shave too?
Not my face.
Huh.
I mean, if you needed someone to show you how, I could. I
not
was
really
thinking of getting
needed.
rid of this beard anyway. So
Not really needed. I mean, instead of growing hair like normal people, I get, I don't know, like shows you how he kind of has like the weird calcification instead of actual eyebrow hair.
mm-hmm.
It's like, so I mean,
Oh.
I'm just curious because it's never been a problem I've had to deal with.
I don't know if I could explain that experience.
Totally fine. I was just curious.
What's it like to have? Is that rude? I don't like that.
No. Trust. I mean, I'm part of the reason why I'm having so much fun asking these questions. Do you know how many people ask me that question? I'm definitely more than you. Let's just say if I had a galleon for every time, a piece of silver every time someone asked me that question, I could probably buy Ariscar. So I don't mind.
I don't know how much that is.
It's a lot.
You could just talk. You don't have to keep poking me in the shoulder.
Yeah. One other thing. How many times have you made this trip to Celeste before?
Oh, so many times. Well, let's see. A couple of years back, and you see him kind of like doing this, like into the distance.
See, here's the thing. I don't really believe you because we're not on a road right now. And
He fully looks in the camera and says, "Where we're going, we don't need."
Amazing. I love this guy.
Alistair, this is what the world looks like beyond your manicured streets.
I think at this point, Alistair, you actually feel like
okay. What were you looking at? Why are you squinting? Why are you?
I was just. Oh, all right, there he is. And you see this like figure just like it's a little
Forrest
scary
Gump.
because he's running headlong to the carriage.
Is he like Naruto running?
Yeah, it's a little. It's oh man.
Tom Hanks.
The full anime
It's
forward?
more like a Get
Forrest
Out
Gump.
running for a second or something. You see him. Run right up. Get close enough so that Collis can see him, and you see him do this. It just points out. You see Collis kind of just nods and just goes,
Do I
But,
catch any of that?
what's that?
Yeah. Did any of us
Does that
catch
make
that?
any sense to me?
I don't know.
Okay.
You can roll for it if you want.
I would love to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, can Gwen too, having
Yeah, I think we're all
been traveling
watching
with
this.
people
Everybody
before, like,
roll
is
a
this
roll
normal?
I'll roll a group something. You tell me what it is.
It doesn't matter because I rolled a natural one.
Cool.
I rolled a
What did we
5.
I
It's a
rolled
luck
a
check.
nine.
It's a luck check, guys.
Nature?
Let's
Okay,
check.
yeah, that works. Luck check.
nature.
I
I rolled a
five.
straight 19
Ooh.
with a +4. I'm on a roll tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nalani, you've traveled on like ships. Like Nalani has a whole backstory that involves like other adventures.
Yeah.
With a 19, Nalani, you saw that there was a member of the ship that would do these signs a lot. And you knew that you never heard him speak a word. You saw that there was a couple other members of the ship that would like kind of like sign back to him.
So more like sign language than like signals.
It's sign language. That was literally sign language for tent ahead, like camp ahead, and then
Yeah.
and then this is like got it.
I think Nolani's gonna say, Alistair. He can't talk. That's how he communicates.
Okay, Nalani. I saw it.
Yeah, you guys haven't figured that out yet?
I've been sleeping. Is he just mute or is he deaf as well?
I've never asked.
What's his name?
He doesn't hesitate, but I do. His name's Tamar.
I'll put my hand over my mouth and
Okay.
say his name.
Okay, cool. That was a moment that the DM was like, I haven't decided that.
Oh,
I
I'm
guess-
sorry.
No, that's totally okay. It's, yeah, okay, cool. Fully doesn't respond or like show any sign of understanding.
He might be deaf or he might just not want to talk to me. What did he communicate? Yeah, I listen. You've not been very forward either. So what did he tell you?
I've been nothing but forward as he points to the horses that are moving.
Yeah, that's awesome. Your
I'm
father.
the reason we're all forward.
Yep, your father is so proud of you.
I'm sorry, what was that? Fully turns around and faces you.
I think Gwen is going to like turn around and just give you a look like, what the hell, man?
And while this is going on, I was like, all right, changing the subject again. Hey,
Roll
all of you
persuasion check.
guys. Okay, sure. Let's see. Oh, that is a 20. So nat 20 plus my
Jesus, okay.
yeah, plus my modifier. So
Cool.
that's pretty high.
Tear his pants off.
What is that, like a 28 or something?
Yes, it is a 28.
I would say it would take a 30 for him to like forget what was said, but he seems just decide it's not worth it right now.
So, question to all of my companions here. I've seen them interacting with a fly and probably won't believe me. Hey guys, what's the story with that flying fox thing?
Neve? I'll look around. I don't know if she's here anymore. Neve. I'm gonna pull out a little piece of like hardtack rations and just hold it out in my hand.
I
Lonnie's
rolled
gonna
before.
take a
I rolled before
defensive
deciding
posture.
what a good roll or a bad roll would be. Um. Okay, cool. Siobhan, what would you like to have happen in this moment?
Just for her to like curl around my arm, take the rations, and then disappear real quick.
Cool.
Or
Awesome.
or stay up here with just enough of a flash that Io sees her. And I know she's back.
Yeah. You see her just like kind of like curl up around your arm. Well, Siobhan, you're closest. Yeah, no, this makes sense. Well, but Nalani's at a +5 perception. Yeah, we'll make it easy. Siobhan and Nalani, roll me a perception check.
No, I roll good. It's a 17.
17. Nice.
24.
24. Okay, cool. Both of you see both see Neve just like literally kind of like wrap herself like all the way up your arm and just kind of like give you this like cute little innocent sort of blink. And it would be a very touching and interesting moment if you didn't smell something bad
Oh no.
and familiar. Nalani, you rolled what did you roll? Like a 25 or something?
19 plus 24.
24. You smell cave worm.
Oh.
Yeah, she helped us out back there a little bit, didn't she?
Really? Because she didn't help me.
Oh, so that's Neve. This is honestly my first time seeing her up close.
Yeah, well, it bites.
Oh, come now. That's probably just because you were too mean to the poor thing.
Neve like kind of like slides up around your like shoulders, and then like takes that moment to be able to kind of move forward up to Io, and then gives you like the smallest, like cutest sort of like just basically just puts her mouth on your arm, just like a
I love her so much.
and it feels fine.
Yeah,
See,
we found
you
her.
probably just pissed her off.
She was the one that led us to our friend. And I hesitate to say his name because of previous circumstances.
Collis goes, you don't have to worry about Timur for obvious reasons. Well, actually, I guess I don't know that.
Appreciated. But you're the least of our concerns.
Wow.
Good
Okay,
point.
that weirdly really hurts.
It's very complicated. Trust me. You're not. Basically, we're trying to say you're not the problem.
Okay. Oh,
What
is it
she's
him?
trying to say it's not.
And points to Alistair.
No, you just don't.
He's a different problem. Not a danger,
You
though.
don't want to know it.
But he is a problem. I see.
Okay, listen, sir. This is uncalled for. Is Neve still nibbling on Io's arm?
Yeah.
Great. I am fully looking at him, repeating myself, inching myself to the side of the cart, and I am going to dive off the side and try and grab that damn fox.
You can like grab for it.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Let me pull up the stat block for you.
The one that's
We're
on
still
me
moving
and
in the
IO.
cart too, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean,
Moving?
a snail's pace. It's not very much.
We're not going fast, but we're definitely still moving. Since the tents are up ahead.
Hold, please.
We're just gonna see it, Alistair dive bomb us.
And
It came back and does not have my cane.
as he goes by, I'm going to try to give him the help action by touching him.
Okay.
Like,
I don't like that, Fox.
You're just like pushing Alistair.
Yes. Yeah, I see him diving and give him a helpful shove.
There's very little insinuation on what Alistair's doing here, so I need an insight check, and that would allow that help action.
Well, there's back to reality. That's a 5.
Oh.
5 is really not good. Cool. Alistair, what were you planning on rolling for this?
I whatever you told me to.
I think. I mean, this is a very much a like football picking up a interception sort of move.
It's going to be a disadvantage.
It's definitely going to be a disadvantage as your friend has shoved you and thrown you off your movement there. But we'll keep it at just disadvantage. Roll me an athletics check.
So that is going to be a 7 plus. You said athletics?
Yes.
Oh, cool. 15.
Wow. Okay, cool. Awesome. So Neve legitimately rolled in that one as she was just trying to be cute. And you fully grab this little like ferret-sized fox thing and you just jump off with it.
Where's my cane? Where's my cane? Huh?
What's your problem?
Yeah. Where's the cane? Where's the cane?
Alistair, drop it.
Where's the cane?
As this is going on, you're yelling like, "Where's the cane? Where's the cane?" Collis goes, "Just for the record, you did say he was a problem. We could just keep on going."
Glenn's just gonna look at, like, give him the Jim look in the camera.
Yeah.
Look.
Do I stop?
Alistair, drop her.
We could go slow.
I think I'll stand up and hold it by the scruff of the neck. Where is my cane? I will, whatever you want. I just want my cane back. Will you go get it?
And
what
spit
is
in your face.
I'll drop her at that point. It's
Okay.
just-
I would like a perception check as you're on the ground.
Oh, nat 20 plus
Ooh, baby.
24.
24. You find your cane. Your cane has been stored, basically like kind of like shoved in between the the wheel wells of this wagon. And you see it's like it's kind of perched up on there. And I think with that, like you start to like kind of like go like near it, like, and then you see that there is something else that is on top of your cane.
Oh,
Something white and gross looking.
white and what?
And gross looking.
Oh, cool.
The
I think
carpet.
Yes.
You see a cave worm has been like kind of
Oh.
stored off to the side and is just like kind of like holding on. You see occasionally it like kind of
Oh.
rips to the side and
how big is this thing?
not very big. I would say it's probably maybe
Oh, poor buddy.
Oh, okay. What did you bring that? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No, thank you. You are, oh my goodness. What can I do? Can I, is there anything I can do to help you? Did you like? Are you? What do you feed this thing? What is it?
Probably eats the cave wyvern.
Oh
Uh,
no, no.
Nolani tosses you one of the bacon cookies that's in his pocket.
Do you want the cookie? I don't. Not the cave. Don't. Not the cave wyvern. Nope.
This is the cave wyvern.
No. 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 I will throw the cookie at it. Eat the cookie.
You throw the cookie, kind of like it hits the side of the wheel well and kind of bounces off, and you see Neve just kind of like grab it, like pull it up with both hands, like a raccoon, like full, it grabs it, and then just like, and like, I mean, fuck it, like bipedally just runs off. Totally can fly, like can disappear, but just literally just runs off into the woods.
You did good. Control your creature for me.
I have zero control over that creature, and it doesn't belong to me. It belongs to nobody.
Well, it's your responsibility. Speaking of, look what it brought us.
What?
It brought us one of the cave wyverns.
You see just a mouth. It's kind of like you see it like in a very WORM way. Like kind of is like moving its head along. You see the like razor sharp teeth kind of like opening and closing.
Oh my god, alive.
This the poor thing must be in pain.
Actually, Alistair, I feel like you may just like have like caught this. You spent time with this creature. You are like extremely probably interested in these cave wyverns, I think. It doesn't look like it knows where it's at. You get the feeling that this thing is fully blind.
No, I don't. It's just they don't really leave like caves when they're little, so I think it's blind. Like
I hate to say this, but it's not injured, is it?
Have you guys go up to it?
We can.
Oh,
fix
I'm
that.
going. I'm gonna get as close as I can to it. Let's say a fully outstretched arm, a foot more.
Interesting.
Bit.
Because if we can,
I'm gonna approach
safely
it from
to the left.
behind. Or this doesn't have mouths on both ends, right?
It does have mouths on both ends.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no,
You
that's
see the
fine.
other mouth is kind of doing the same thing, but it's actually
Yeah.
hanging off of like the spoke of the cane. It's just like occasionally being like just bumped by a random rock, and you see it like
Yeah.
pulled back in.
You said
We can get it safely to Celeste. We may be able to sell it to an exotic
No.
beast collector.
No.
What do you want
No.
to do with it? Its whole family's dead. Are you going to raise it?
Do you know how
We
much
can-
information we could get from this thing? Io, you could do you have the, what do you call it? Mage hand?
I just call it move shit around with my mind. I don't really need a name for it.
Cool. Left or right?
I got a better idea. Hey, Gwen.
You hold one end, I'll hold the other end.
I got a better idea. Hear me out. Honestly, I like the idea of dissecting the thing too, because the only good cave wyvern is a dead cave wyvern as far as I'm concerned. But I have an idea, because I know Shiv doesn't want the thing to come to harm for some god's forsaken reason. Gwen, can you make things smell different? You have a spell for that?
For a very short time, maybe.
Can you make any one of us smell as close to its mother as possible?
Let's see. What can I do?
That is genius,
That
Io.
is really smart.
And I will pull out of a ball bearing. I can do that.
I can for about 6 seconds.
Ooh, that's
I
too
can.
short. Anyone got longer than 6 seconds?
Me.
Okay.
I can touch a tiny non-magical object, and it basically prestidigitation for artificers, magical tinkering. So ball bearing,
Love it.
and I can do it 5 times. So hey, everybody, you get one for now.
All right.
Are you sure?
so-
Yeah. No, oh, son of a bitch.
Uh-oh.
I already did it.
We
Yeah,
missed
let's go.
something.
Okay, you got it.
If this thing's hungry and we smell like mom.
This is bad.
Oh
Wait.
boy.
I'm just thinking we may need funds. I don't. Booking passage on a ship. We may have to buy information. We may have to purchase spots on a caravan down the road. Selling this thing to an exotic breeder or just a rich, pompous ass who likes weird animals could.
I mean, we
Get
have
us-
a lot of teeth, right, from the last one.
Yeah,
Why
but
don't we just
a
find a
live
cave for this
baby.
one
Isn't, I
and
mean,
sell it into a life of being experimented and tortured,
That's a life rather than killing it. Are you proposing killing it right here?
or finding a cave and letting nature run its course?
So letting it
not to
die.
interrupt the conversation, but you feel the wagon suddenly just like kind of like lurch back as Koss like kind of like quickly pulls up the reins. Nalani, I think your perception on everything is level. You see that Tamura is like kind of like doing this, and Koss just nods his head and kind of pulls the reins up. Or I have no idea what the fuck any of you are talking about. But we're here. Like at the place that we're gonna set up camp, Alistair. We're not in Celeste.
Thank you. Here, like, where here?
I'm
Is
gonna
it behind
I'm
that
gonna
tree?
set up camp. You guys can decide what to do with the baby.
Yeah, just points to a tree, and you see that there's kind of like a clearing that is actually like slightly elevated. You notice that I would say it's elevated about maybe 15 feet at the like base of this tree, and kind of folds down after that as like a soft hill. You see. Yeah, you see Tamura's already like started like gathering sticks, like is picking up these like big sort of like logs, just kind of like moving over to make a fire as you, Siobhan, are walking. I didn't want to interrupt that conversation. I just want to say that would have happened.
Listen, guys, I'm just saying. I mean, there is a wealth of knowledge that exists right in front of us.
I
What do you want to
mean-
do with it, Alistair? Take it apart, study
As
it.
you do look back at it, I'm sorry, last thing, it lurched forward, so it totally fell off the cane. So it's like on the ground now.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, we don't have to take it apart. I mean, even just knowing how this thing grows would be important. Do you remember any books about cave wyvern? None of us knew any. We are all went to a prestigious school, and none of us knew nothing about cave wyverns.
So we just keep it with us, let it grow to the size of its mother, and profit? I'm just trying to understand the logistics behind keeping this creature and essentially torturing it.
I'm not. I mean, I don't know
It's
why
a monster though, so I guess it doesn't matter. And Gwen's gonna walk off.
Oh.
Ooh.
Touche.
Collis fully turns around to look at you. I have no information on this, but that feels like that was a heavy burn on you, mate.
And the funny thing is, it actually doesn't have anything to do with Alistair. It's about what Brooke said earlier. That's been bothering her for hours.
At that point, I'm sure you're still standing there. I would have turned and look you right there. We're keeping it. I don't care now. Like it's not. I don't care. We'll figure it out.
Keeping what?
The cave wyvern. This thing.
Finally kind of like steps off. Oh shit. Okay. You're sleeping with it.
Why?
You just said we're keeping it, so you're sleeping with it.
Yeah, it's now part of the group, so you need to make sure it stays safe.
I need to make sure it stays safe.
I mean, you're here to make sure that we all stay safe, correct?
No, I'm not. I'm here to get you from point A to point B.
Well, this thing is now part of getting us from point A to point B.
How?
I mean, you're the one that planned this trip. You should have planned for this.
Right. I should have planned for a
Yeah.
white worm with. Is that teeth?
Yeah, it's a lot of teeth.
Dude.
Yeah.
Listen, do what you want, but I for sure am not touching that thing.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, that's
So- So Al, if you're gonna want to get it to follow you, maybe
I'm not
maybe try to
looking
send
for a
send
pet.
them? Well,
This-
whatever you're gonna do with it, none of us are gonna pick that mug up.
You hear it. You hear it actually like let out like a soft sort of like that same sort of scream you heard. But you hear it sounds like. It sounds like kind of like cut off, like a little like strained. And it just starts to kind of like slowly move its way towards the horses.
If I stick my cane out in front of it,
Your new cane.
well, my new old cane, yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, are you saying the cane that was in the wheel well?
Yeah, because you said it fell off.
No, I'm sorry. I meant the cave wyvern fell off.
Right, so I should be able to reach it now, right?
You could get it. Yeah. No,
Okay.
Not gonna.
If not, that's fine. I'll use the wooden one. That's fine too.
Yeah, you put it in front of it. I mean, just like a puppy, kind of like learn. That's not. I don't want to You guys don't have to keep this as a pet. Like, jeez. Okay, you do see it like trying to like clumsily vault over this cane that you put in front of it.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna take a ball bearing and imprint it with my scent.
Okay.
And kind of roll it towards it. I don't want to get bit. I'm trying to get
Mhm.
this thing.
Okay. You see it kind of change direction as you roll out, and you see it kind of come over, makes that noise again, moves over, and starts to kind of like push the end of its mouth like against this like little bead thing. It's not biting it.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reach up into the wagon. I'm gonna pull out the hide from the cave wyvern.
Oh God. Okay.
Jesus.
Morbid.
Hold on. Hear me out. And I'm gonna make I'm gonna make a little pallet on the ground for it. next to the-
I'm looking at Kiki right now. I can't.
His mother's dead skin.
What? It will make it feel more comfortable.
So I'm sorry. Where are you putting the mother's dead skin again?
Hide, guys. It's the hide.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, but it's not been treated, so it's probably disgusting.
Oh, it's super gross.
It's
Rotting
gross.
skin.
Yeah.
On the ground next to the wagon.
Okay. Cool.
And whatever rations I have, I'll throw onto the thing.
Cool. You see it. You see it move. Also, because that is like that's so gross and so awful, but so genius at the same time. You see it seem to move at its quickest pace. You get the feeling of like mechanically speaking, this thing can move like about maybe 15 feet per turn, which is not nothing. But
No.
so you see it like kind of like full come in, and then just plant its like sucker face like right down into the skin.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna spend some time trying to not get bit and figure this thing out. I think I'm
Cool.
gonna behavior analyze this thing.
From Clinton's perspective, are you trying to from Clinton's
Clint's
perspective, what are you trying to do with it?
I don't have a plan in mind right now, but I'm not ready to give this thing up, and I don't know if I want to keep it as a pet, and I don't know if I want to cut it up and sell it for parts.
Okay, cool. That will be fully based on some die rolls. So we'll say that kind of that's the thing you're doing tonight is just
Yep.
just trying to kind of get this thing. Siobhan, you are kind of setting up things with
Yeah,
with
like
Timur.
clearing the area, setting up the fire, fetching water, rubbing down the horses, everything that
I
needs to be
think
done before.
I would
camp
have
setup.
jumped off and gone with her as well.
Yeah, and
would've
that's
missed
where
that.
Gwen would have ended up too. And I like to think that they're being very practical about things. Gwen comes along and makes it like the most glamping experience possible.
Okay, cool.
I'm just practical.
What is Gwen doing specifically to set up?
So I bet in her bag she's got a couple of, I'm trying to think how this would work. She's using the materials that people have and just setting up very cozy bedrolls, and I feel like she's been at enough camps to know the perfect distance from the fire to make things comfortable without being too hot or too cold.
Cool. You see Timur seeing that Siobhan is helping with the fire, breaks from that. Sees you setting up the bedrolls, goes pretty much behind you and fixes every single one of them. Sets them more further from the fire so that they're able to be spread out a little bit more, so everybody has a comfort. Everybody has a little bit of privacy.
Yes, because she was definitely going for cozy slumber party.
Yeah.
She's probably going for what everybody else would prefer.
Yeah. Yeah, you I just feel you there's because there's definitely some hay on the cart for the horses and things like that. I think you may be stuffing some of the the bedrolls with that.
Yeah.
And he I think he waits till your back is turned and then just dumps out the hay.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't notice.
Yeah, cool. And then just just to have a reason to go back to the wagon.
Yep. Amazing.
What is everybody else doing?
I think Io was kind of hanging back with Alistair while he's studying this thing. While he's obviously revolted by it, it's kind of that kind of at the same time. I'm gonna watch this thing. I don't want it anywhere near me, but I'm still gonna kind of figure it out in kind of that I'm watching a freak show or train wreck kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
And also making sure Alistair's not getting himself killed or something.
Okay. Very cool. Make sure I'm not making this up. Excuse me, making this up.
It's the insect part of the zoo. It's really fun to see when they're behind all the glass.
Exactly. And he's probably trying to he's fully not even caring if he's distracting Alistair. It's so what you gonna name it?
You don't get that. I'm not giving it a name. Do you have a notebook? Are you taking notes? Could you take notes? This would be so much easier if you were taking notes.
I mean, okay, I'll take notes. So Alistair got a new pet, and its name is Abomination.
Why would you
write the perfect shorthand that Alistair writes in? You're just putting long form. This is what happened today.
Exactly.
You're writing over some other material, some other words.
Exactly.
I love that. Io. I'm gonna mention this. You don't have to do anything with it.
Okay.
I only really mention this because you've used this a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
You have a spell. You're not entirely sure. I mean, this thing just looks like a It just looks like a beast. I mean, more or less, right? But you do have a spell that that you feel like may be able to help in the understanding of intentions of this creature, maybe.
I didn't think. Are you talking about detect thoughts?
Yeah.
For some reason, I didn't even think to try that on anything other than a humanoid. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Detect thoughts in this thing. All right, I'm gonna help you out, but that's only because I like you. And honestly, I'm trying to think what this. I'm calling it Abomination. That's its name. All right, Abomination. Go
You know
ahead
that-
and open your mind up to me.
That really surprises me that you would go that route, Io.
Go what route? This is what I do. I find things out about things when they don't
I
really
mean-
want to communicate.
I meant the name, Abomination. I mean, isn't that what they used to call you back at the school?
Okay, first of all, I didn't kill nobody.
I mean,
Second of all, we ain't doing this today. Now, do you want me to read the thing's mind or not?
sure. Just thought you'd be a little bit more understanding. Yeah, please. Yeah, if you could, that'd be great.
Yes, let's leave it at that. Because I ain't dealing with no arguments today. And I'll cast Detect Thoughts. Wisdom save 16 DC.
I would say surface thoughts would probably be enough. Because it's just if you're probing deeper, right?
Right. Wait. Let me read it just to be sure. I want to be. For the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures when you cast the spell's action on each of your turn until the spell. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So casting surface thoughts, you see it kind of like rummaging around, like kind of like you're not sure if it's sniffing the skin or if it's like moving its mouth on it, and it kind of stops as like there was some sort of like kind of spell cast on it. And you feel it kind of like turn towards you a little bit, and it's still kind of like wiggling. It doesn't seem like it ever really sits completely still. And you hear in your mind in a very sweet, like baby-like voice, blood, blood,
Oh, buddy.
meat, blood, flesh, blood. And that's all you hear. And that's why I said surface thoughts seemed like it.
Is it? Did you get anything?
Maybe
the spell's not totally turned off. As you're talking to me, you just blood.
Okay. Maybe Abomination's too mean.
It wants blood and flesh.
Flesh.
It's pretty.
But
Did you bring? Did
it's
anyone bring blood or flesh?
it's asking for blood and flesh, but it's a baby. I don't know. I'm conflicted.
You say, did anyone bring blood and flesh? And you're like looking around, and you just like lock eyes with Tamur, who clearly doesn't know what you're saying.
Can you hot food? Okay, thanks. Mm.
Roll the most interesting persuasion check we've ever had here.
It's is an 8 plus 8. It's an 8. It's just an 8.
It's just an 8. Cool.
It's just an 8.
he comes up as you're like as you do this. He just comes up, like kind of takes your hand, just pushes it back down.
Oh, but hungry.
Searches in his pack right behind him and just pulls out rations.
Like, can you go?
And just walks off.
I need to learn another language. Awesome.
I love how that's the takeaway.
Yeah. Naughty. Naughty.
Is Nalani around?
I think Nalani's over helping them. Nalani certainly hears him, but he's not going to acknowledge him on the first 8 times.
I love how specific that was.
Honestly, I would say it 9 times if I knew that you were close enough to hear me.
So
Well-
Nalani is like, yeah, and starts to kind of walk over.
And you're
Hey.
remember, so you're kind of like in this again, like a soft hill sort of thing. So you can kind of clearly see, but for a second you just see Nalani's head just kind of pop up, looking at you, and the knife go.
Yeah. Food. I know we brought rations. Is there you grew up in the woods? You think you could get us some game?
So you don't generally hunt at night for small game. I'd be
Big game's
happy
fine.
to. So I think Nalani would have been while setting up camp, and very much like Siobhan, in a very like just go about doing it, would have been observing. So is there like a clearing around this tree and hill, or do the woods come right up next to it?
No, it's a pretty substantial. I would say maybe like a 30-foot circle clearing around it.
And it's now dark, correct?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'll get right on that, Alistair. And Nalani just turns and goes back up the hill.
He's not gonna do that. Can you
Who are you
talk
talking
back?
to? Are you talking to the K-word there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Sure. He's not gonna do that. Do you think you can make it till tomorrow? Maybe? I don't know why I'm talking to you. Do you? Does it?
Wait a second. I've got. I don't know why I'm doing this, but let's look. Can I? Keep doing what you're doing, Clinton. I'm looking at something. Oh, I can.
And Joe, Nalani would have probably done a quick glance. Can he hear or see anything that sounds like it might be an animal in the brush around or anything like that?
Yeah, roll me a survival check.
Survival?
Mhm.
Ooh, that's a 22.
You hear like small rustling. You get the idea that like it would take you some time as you're in the dark. But you may be able to find something.
Yeah, Nalani's just gonna stay near the fire.
Okay.
While that's happening, IOC's Alistair trying to talk to this thing. Well, obviously, and he says, "Okay, You gonna owe me big time for this. Do you want me to try talking to it?
I mean,
Have a-
I would like to get through tonight and not die, and we can really figure this out tomorrow. But I think it's very premature to let it go, and if we're not just gonna let, I mean, if we just let it go, it could end up here. And frankly, I'm not really interested in killing it right now.
Okay, I'll try and talk to it. What do you want me to say?
I mean, if we can just get it to where it's not gonna kill us tonight, I mean, whatever you think that will do.
Okay, I'll try. And Io tries to establish a mental link with Abomination using telepathic speech.
Okay. Wonder what you're doing.
Okay. Hey, little guy. You said blood and flesh.
So there is a little bit of an issue with this.
Oh, okay.
So the last sentence of the first paragraph says, "To understand each other, you each must speak mentally in a language."
Oh, yeah, I totally didn't even think about that. So yeah, that won't work. That will not work. Because there's no way we share a language.
I will say also, like I did say, like, you didn't feel like you needed to press deeper.
Mhm.
You kind of get the idea. This thing is a beast on like, I gotta find another,
Intelligent.
on like dog level.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Not that you need to keep it as a pet, because
Right.
again, it just wants flesh and blood.
Okay, it wants flesh and blood, not it notices flesh and, because at first I was thinking, it's
Oh,
like,
no.
does it notice flesh and
No,
blood?
it's
It's hungry.
because it kind of like moved
Mhm.
away from the skin and seemed to be like moving around as it was saying,
Gotcha.
as it was thinking.
Okay. I don't know if this thing's gonna leave us alone necessarily. I know it's hungry.
At this moment, you see Neve just pops just out of nowhere, about maybe like 10 feet above this cave worm, and just has a very dead um, like possum in its clutches, and just drops it. Um, as soon as it drops, like, it is so dead that you hear like a crunch of brittle bones as it like just drops to the ground.
Well, that's
you just
useful.
you just see the cave
Girl.
wyvern move full 15 feet.
Yep.
And just
See, she gets us.
Yeah, no,
Great
it's
job
great.
there.
And the best news is, it's just that thing's been dead for a while. So we don't. I mean, we could just, if we find dead animals, we'll just scoop them up.
Awful,
Win-win.
but yeah, let's consider that one a win. Hey, Neve, here for a little bit of call it a tip for your services. Then just breaks off as much breaks off a tiny corner of hardtack and just offers it to her.
okay. This is a very smart creature, but we've been rolling animal handling for this. So go ahead.
1 second. Ooh. That's not necessarily my strong suit, but it doesn't fucking matter. My second nat 20 today, so 21.
Dude.
Nice.
Awesome. I'm going to say that you, Dan, know that this is a nat 20. You hand it out, fully grabs it with both paws, kind of pulls it out, looks at you and spits in your face, and then poofs away.
Wow, she certainly is colorful.
With a nat 20, you get the feeling that was like a nice spit. That was like a thank you spit.
So, where'd you say y'all got that thing from again, Al?
It's just showed up. It took us to go see the guy that gave well, he didn't give Ellen Vox his sword, but Ellen Vox had to, well, we had to fight him for the sword. I don't know. They're friends of some sort, and then they just showed back up with Siobhan. Hasn't really done a lot of good, but I guess
So
until now.
was this guy a magical fox too?
No, pachyderm.
So a hippo, one of them
Nope.
hippo men?
No, with the trunk.
Oh, them things with the big ears and antlers, or not antlers, tusks. That's what they have.
Yeah, no antlers. No, none.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Man, I
he
really missed out on something.
guy could travel planes. It was
Get out.
No. So I'm thinking about putting up the dome, and leaving that thing just outside of it, maybe. If anyone else wants to be in here, they should probably be here within the next 9-ish minutes or so.
Are you saying that at the campfire?
I'm saying it to Io.
Yeah, I think we're still separate from you guys.
Yeah, you guys are you're probably like 20, with the elevation, like 25 feet away.
Let me at least ask if anyone would rather sleep in the tiny hut versus camping out in the stars. Honestly, I can go either way.
I can make it so you can still see the stars if you want to do that.
That really is tempting. Hey, Vox, what do you want to do?
You see Vox, who seems to have been kind of like lost in thought.
Okay, maybe
Yeah,
he's...
that sounds good.
Okay. Well, let me see what everybody else is doing, and thinking while we reconvene with that. And Io kind of leaves them to it for now, and basically joins everybody else.
You join the other group. You see, I think you fully see the Gwen and Tamur stuff happening, with Gwen just setting up that glamping, wondering like, man, I thought I stuffed this one.
Yeah, and I think she's totally muttering about stupid people and interfering in the natural order of things, and just if people had left well enough alone, that poor little thing wouldn't be an orphan. And it's not about Alistair, but she's just ranting,
Cool.
like absentmindedly about it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you see Tamur not feeling like he has to do a lot of work to be stealthy in this moment, and is pretty much just picking up behind her.
He is the perfect person because he can't hear her. So.
And how much of that did Io probably pick up on? Did he hear all of it, or?
He probably came in on the, what are we going to do with it now? It's helpless, and just all that kind of stuff. And he just wants to make it an experiment.
Gotcha. So, I helped Al, I guess, make the thing a little comfortable. You know how much I don't like the thing. And now Al's setting up that dome, that tiny hut spell that he set up in Dahlia's place. He wanted to know if we wanted to sleep in there with him.
She's just going to look at all the work that the four of them plus Tamur have been doing the past 15 minutes. And another Jim look at the camera. He's doing it down here, right? Where the camp is.
And then Io gives Gwen a knowing look. It's like, come on, you know him.
She's just gonna keep making the camp.
So about the I'm trying to give it a chance, so I gave it a It's got some unsavory thoughts and whatnot, but
Well, it's a creature. It has its own way of doing things, and
I
I don't
know,
want to kill
but
it. But what are we gonna do with it?
if we're to take it with us, what's that gonna look like? And how long are we gonna keep the thing?
It gets pretty fucking big, Io. Probably pretty quickly.
And I suppose weaponizing it's out of the question.
She's gonna just give him a look like we're not using this creature.
Honestly, it was honestly just a thought. I don't know what to do with the thing, but I don't know. Leaving it out in the wild too.
I mean, it's just a baby. It probably would die, so I don't like the idea of that either. I guess we keep it for now and figure out what to do with it in the next 2 weeks. I don't think we should bring it into a town.
I agree. Abomination stays out.
Sorry, I was hearing all that because we're kind of in a small area. To if you wanted, like, Tamara's really good at just wouldn't feel anything probably.
Let's call that a last resort. I'd rather find it a place in the world where it could do its thing.
Right. Okay. Cool. We're talking about. Are we talking about the white
The great
thing?
big worm that has 2 mouths and wants to eat. What did you say, Io? Flesh and
Abomination.
bones?
Yeah, flesh and blood.
Yeah.
Cool. Or yeah, I would say like either one, totally fine. Either one you choose. Cool. And I think as you guys are settling in, you think about the idea like, okay, we probably need to be setting up watches here pretty soon and trying to figure out that stuff. And as you all like kind of like meet maybe somewhat in the middle, Alistair, I think you're still way off. It just makes sense.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say, you said there were some crates on the wagon.
There are.
Great. I'm gonna pry the lid off of a crate.
Cool.
I'm going to be nice and dump the contents of that crate into the wagon.
Oh,
Very easy to do. There's nothing in the crates.
Oh, great.
And I think with that, we'll take our 5-minute break.
oh boy.
That's the face that Alistair made when he popped it open.
Suspicious.
Love it. Cool. So we'll just take a quick 5, everybody. So it's 11:04 now. We'll see you at 11:09.
Thank you.
All right.
Okie dokie. Whew.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to butt in on any names and thing. Again, like as a DM, I'm totally okay with you killing this thing. But I was like, in IO fashion, it wouldn't be just called Abomination, and that would be the perfect name.
Yeah, I was thinking about going with Abby eventually. I actually didn't even see the messages until just now.
Oh, did I ruin it?
No. The worst part is I was totally thinking Abby too. I was just gonna go with the traditional spelling for Abby.
Abby is perfect.
But
Also,
Abby's for when he actually slightly softens on the thing.
Sure.
You gave it too cute a voice.
And we haven't rolled yet, so I think we should be probably maybe not saying anything on that yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say as you guys are prepping for bed, trying to kind of get an idea of where things. I would say, Alistair, I kind of feel like you're like outside of this. You obviously you can join the group. You have that spell to cast. But I think as far as this check goes, like timing wise, I imagine it's happening on someone else's shift. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, who wants to take first watch?
Let's take first watch.
Does anyone want to keep Siobhan company?
I think Gwen would, but she's pretty useless at being watched. So she's going to send Houston to sit with Siobhan and keep watch, and she's going to write in her book.
Io would take a watch with Siobhan.
That'd be good because I can't see in the dark.
That's right. Neither can the cat.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, like, mechanically speaking, unless you want to choose to roleplay, never mind. You know what you're doing. Cool. So Gwen, we'll say, like, for the first.
Mechanically, we can say my shift is later, so Io and Siobhan can have a shift together.
Okay, cool. Cool. I will roll for first watch. The fire itself has a very kind of like low crackle to it. It is not a big fire at all. It's just enough to be able to kind of keep warm and be able to kind of have a general sort of sense of where everybody is. I think when there's a certain point where you're like bonfire, you kept starting like throwing stuff on there, and
Prestidigitations the flames up a little bit every now and then.
Well, there's a lot that's been going on with Tamur, like literally negating everything you're doing. So I would say I would like one more perception check.
Okay, that's pretty good. At disadvantage, it's a 3.
Cool, love it, awesome. Anyone's choice, like passive perception wise, it doesn't really matter. As you see, like you put in this like very large, like leafy sort of branch that immediately catches fire and just and you see Tamurley just puts his hand in the fire and just like kind of like breaks it up like really quick.
Poor buddy.
He definitely takes damage from that.
Oh no.
Yeah. He took the full die of damage on that. Cool. Stamping it out. Seems to be in pain. Like just.
We're just gonna say that I just secretly rolled a wisdom saving throw for myself, and I rolled high enough to not throw firebolt at the fire.
Love it. Fantastic.
That's good. She thinks better of it.
Like I mean, notably, like player-wise, you know that like Timur hasn't like confronted you, or hasn't confronted Gwyn.
Yeah,
So,
it's cute.
yeah. Cool. So Siobhan and I'm trying to decide what to do first. Alistair, you want to go first or second?
Doesn't matter to me. I mean, I can tell you what my plan was, which was
Sure.
I was going to empty everything out of the crate and basically try and use Mage Hand or something to shoo this thing into the crate and then put the lid on it. I'll probably still go through with that plan because this is a cave wyvern and I don't want it just wandering around freely to eat all of us. But I definitely think there will be that slow realization that something's not right. Actually, I already felt that way, but I haven't figured out how to. Alistair and Clinton both feel there's a very big problem here, but he hasn't figured out how to figure out that problem yet.
I will say, as you like, because you're like right up there on the crate. Do you have dark vision?
I can cast it as a
But you don't.
spell.
Okay.
But I did not cast it yet.
You got it. So you're just feeling around for the crate and just opening it up. Bold.
Yeah. What's that?
Okay. I said bold move in the dark.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could light up a ball bearing, but that's.
Yeah. I think that's what's confusing because you actually like go to like dump it out and nothing's like, coming out, and that's when you know like there's nothing in it. Cool. Awesome. How are you? We'll start with you. So how are you getting this abomination into the crate?
I think this is definitely like a Bugs Bunny type situation. I think the box is like there is some engineering that Alistair knows that Clinton does not. But I'm assuming I'm trying to set up some sort of here's the thing, and then I have the lid, and I might start off trying to shoo this thing into there, and then I have a mage hand that can kind of push it. Anything to just kind of directionally get it towards the crate.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, we just leveled up. That's fantastic. Because guess what? That was not a great roll, but 3 + 11 is 14.
14. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Fully kind of like makes its way. It's very much like veering back and forth. You like occasionally hear this. You hear this like kind of like almost like a broken voice box sort of like screech. It's not particularly loud. But you fully, I think Alistair, being a man of science, had suspicions that are now verified that it is some sort of echolocation.
Right. And I would say just in all of this time too. I mean, I would be looking to see, is it hurt? Is it injured? Anything like that. But just
sure. Roll me a medicine check, actually, then.
Ooh, 18 plus 4, 22.
Okay. This is very poetic. I hope you would be the one to figure this out. It does seem injured, but looking at so to be clear on this thing, it is quadrupedal. You've seen like kind of like extended arms and legs, not horribly extended, like corgi level extended arms and legs on these cave wyverns that you faced. This one, everything's extremely short. To put things in like perspective, it looks like it has hands and feet, but not legs and
Like dwarfism?
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Yeah, I'll pack that away. And again, I think, Alistair, at this point, I want to get this thing sealed up because I need to go find someone else in my group.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. I think with the 14, you managed to kind of get it in there. And I think in Alistair fashion, you start to like kind of close the lid. And you tell me if this changes. But you start to like kind of close the lid and you hear those like almost like hacking something up sort of sound, which is the sound that you've been hearing. But like it happens a lot as you put it in a very enclosed space. And it's trying to figure out where to go next.
Yeah, I think again, I am at this moment caught between science and friend. So I think maybe it takes a step away, and then I'll turn back around and do the turn the lid so it's like a diamond shaped on top, so there's gaps in the top, just so it can see.
Roll a wisdom save.
8 plus 1, 9.
There's something stirring in you with this thing. As you slightly kind of like start to kind of put it in this like diamond sort of shape. You feel these like kind of like weird stirrings. You're trying to kind of figure out what's, or you're probably not trying to figure it out at all. But I would say you feel this kind of sick, familiar feeling in your stomach. And you hear once again in a very deep, almost hollow voice, you hear pathetic.
You're cutting out.
God damn it. Terrible time to do that. In a deep, sorry, you hear this voice in a deep, like almost like having like a hollow sort of sound to it, as if it's like speaking from this like echoey chamber that it's in. You hear once again the word pathetic.
I'll stick my cane out and just underneath the lid and flip the lid off, and then quickly turn and walk back to where everyone else is.
Cool. You feel the rumbling in your stomach get like. I actually want you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 19. Oh, I'm an artificer. 19 and 6, 25.
Okay. You're turning to leave it, correct? Was that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
In the box.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
With a 25, you feel like a wrenching sort of physical, kind of stabby sort of pain, as if you've just been like punched in the gut. You know that whatever is happening to you definitely didn't like that.
I'll keep walking. I guess come around the corner, and you guys got this whole nice camp set up. What you guys said we were gonna? All right,
Stop yelling.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was gonna sleep up in the wagon. You're still okay with that, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
I just wanted to make sure.
Just shut up.
Listen, clearly you don't like me, and I don't want you blaming me for breaking anything. Is there anything valuable in those crates? I want to make sure, like, I can move them out of the way.
Yeah, they're pretty light. You should be able to move them.
Where are you hauling?
Are you serious right now, man? I'm trying to sleep.
Well, I mean, I can go get the cave worm, wyvern thing over there and bring it here, but I just want to make sure that I protect your belongings.
Um. I don't care. Whatever.
Your father was way more decisive when I was in his classes.
Uh, he okay. Roll initiative.
Okay. 10.
Cool.
Fair.
You go first. So what you see is you see him like full push-up position, easily like quickly kind of come to his feet. You see him take man, what would he have like near him? Oh, you see him take like a log that still has like cinders on the end of it, and just kind of like come at you. Say that one more time. Say that one more time. Come on. I want everybody to roll perception checks at that. Besides those that are awake.
No. You two are muted.
Okay, you're all muted.
Sorry.
Milani's asleep.
Okay.
And I think me and Siobhan are on first watch, so we're awake,
Mhm.
right?
You're awake. Yeah.
Mhm.
You see all
Therefore-
this. You see all this happen.
Mhm.
Feel free to join the initiative if you want to. Up to you.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
5.
You're gonna join in the next round.
And I got a 6 plus 2, 8.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. I go first.
You go first.
I will put the cane out in front of me just to create space between us.
Mhm.
There's nothing in the crates. You've been cagey this whole time. I don't trust you. I don't know what's going on, and you're not giving straight answers. And I will be looking at Io and Siobhan, I guess, if you guys are near each other, like as I'm doing this.
Love it. I think this is. Oh, wait a minute. Does that end your turn?
I'll use an action or bonus action. Is there rope within 5 feet of me somewhere? I mean, in this camp, is there any rope whatsoever?
We'll say so. There's definitely rope within this camp, whether it's within 5 feet of you or whether you can see it. Let's just do a luck check. 50-50. Gotta be over an 11 or
13.
Yeah, you see one.
Great. Then I'm asking here. Can I would like to hold an action if I could, if I haven't already used it up, to lunge for that rope if he swings at me. We can wait till next round. I asked a lot.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna look. There's one thing that is telling me whether or not you can do this.
Okay.
And this is a little shenanigans.
That's fine.
Okay, no, you cannot. It is an action for you to pick up that thing. Pick up
Okay.
that rope.
Sounds good.
You may. Oh no, yeah, you're not. What am I talking? You're not a rogue. Okay, cool. I would say that's your turn. In a. This is kind of interesting because I think there's a point where like you you legitimately, you haven't solved all of your problems by just talking, but you've solved a lot of them, especially with ones that you would consider to be not necessarily bullies.
Right.
As you're saying these things, to try to kind of like throw a million things I want.
Yeah. I think I'm listing off every single thing like that doesn't seem right. Like I think it's just those fights that you get in, especially with people like your loved ones, where you just decide to run down a list of every single wrong they've ever done.
Love it.
That's basically what I'm doing.
Love that. Very cool. I will say you do technically have a bonus action. So I'm going to say this bonus action will kind of put as a reaction here. You see him, like you have the cane to kind of create space. He, without problem, you're tiny, like knocks the cane out of your hands and goes and swings at you with the fire stick, essentially. Just barely misses you as he just swings down. As your reaction, I would like an Arcana check, please.
Oh, that's gonna be great. It's gonna be really good. 15 plus 26.
Jesus. Okay, cool. Had to be either Jess or Clinton to get this. You see these like these weird sort of like black vines start to come up like around his feet and ankles. And I would say that's probably actually why he missed you, as like it like held him in place as he comes down to swing at you. That's his turn. Sorry. And you're 26. You immediately notice an intense amount of magic coming from this dude.
Coming from what?
Coming from Collis.
Oh, from him. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Cool.
So we're back to the top of the order. I think Alistair's next. I think, what'd you roll? You rolled a 10 or something?
I rolled a 10. Siobhan's a 5. What was Io?
I was an 8.
So yeah. So you're before. I'll tell you. It's not a secret. So it's gonna be 10. Sorry, excuse me. It's gonna be Alistair, Io, Hollis, and then Siobhan.
Awesome.
We all rolled low.
Yeah, we did. Cool. So he took a swing, kind of missed. Intense amount of magic. Is he in the frame of things? Is he still moving forward?
Yeah, he sees you moving forward. I think it was he kind of got thrown off balance.
Right. So here's why I'm asking. Assuming directional falls and where he's at, I wanted to cast Tensor's floating disc.
Okay.
And basically try and clip him at the knees or the shins as he's coming forward. Yeah, I think that's, and I think as he does that, he will. It probably won't look great because it's Alistair, but tactically he's gonna fall back and go prone, like sit down, because he doesn't have his cane for one thing. But I think he's going down facing him. He's safer on the ground, especially with this thing in front of him, this disc in front of him.
Okay. Yeah, you are extremely intelligent. Cool. Roll me a spell attack to be able to make this happen.
That's 15 plus 8, so 23.
23 beats a dirty 20. You clip him in the back of the knees. you see he just takes a full tumble down the hill. Your without having to like do another like bonus action or anything, you see that magic almost seems to like very much like a fire. Like it seems like it just starts to kind of get bigger as you see him like immediately go to get it.
Yeah, I will roll and face Io and Shaban, and basically like he's got magic. There's something in him. He's not. It's not who we think he is. And that'll end my turn.
Okay. Io, seeing all of this unfold, he's very much going into damage control mode, and he's thinking. Well, basically, he goes to say, "It's like, I hear what you're saying, Al, but I don't think this is exactly what's happening." And I think Io's ready to, because I wasn't expecting him to go tumbling down the. Now, when he went tumbling down the hill, how far is he from the rest of us?
I would say he went a full 15 feet down, all the way down to the bottom.
Okay. I think Io's gonna hold his action to try to defuse the situation in any way possible, but last thing he's gonna do, he's gonna shout out, "Hey, Thorn, are you all right?"
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. That's 9 plus 13.
13. You see it's pretty easy. There's a lot of stuff going on. I think you see him kind of like go to like pick himself up, and you see that the ground is actually pushing himself up. You see that like these black sort of vines actually like seem to push his body forward as if he doesn't even have to do anything. 13 was okay. It wasn't great. So there was some other stuff that went on there. You see a very familiar look in his eye that was probably shared by whatever you saw in Alistair before transformation goes.
Okay.
A look of just unrelenting. I don't want to say it.
Okay.
You're not gonna make me say it yet. Anger. We'll say anger.
Okay. Think in particular, Io's gonna ready to help action to assist Siobhan in what move she might be making, or Alistair, whoever might be.
I mean, he's next.
First.
You, Dan, know that he's next.
Know that he's what? Your voice cut out.
Sorry, he's next in initiative.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say let's go ahead and ready. I actually don't have to ready that. Because I was about to say let's go ahead and ready silvery barbs, but that's
a charm person. Caw.
So what?
Yeah, you guys like to ready things a lot when there's a fight
Charm
that's
person.
in the middle of a fight.
Calm emotion.
I'm out. I'm out.
Oh no. Oh yeah, because we haven't rested.
For those, I'm out. I thought we weren't rested
No,
yet.
we haven't done a long rest yet.
No.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I can't. Oh wait, I actually never mind. I was wrong. Okay.
Sorcery points.
Sorry, points. Convert them.
I burned those in combat.
All right, never mind.
I do have charm person. 1 second. Let me see if that's actually good for this situation.
It is.
He has advantage.
You have advantage, but it's worth it, maybe.
It is worth it, and I do still have my inspiration that I haven't burned yet. Oh wait, no, that doesn't do anything for him.
Right.
Ooh, okay. Well,
You have 2 spell slots?
So what?
Do you have 2 spell slots?
For second level, I'm all out.
Silvery Barbs is first level, though, right?
Yeah, Silvery Barbs first level.
Great. So he's rolling advantage, and Silvery Barbs is reaction. Go.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
That would bring it to a
Thank
straight
you for
roll.
that help.
Wake everybody up.
That could also.
He's next.
Let's go ahead and go with Charm Person. Let's just lock it in.
You got it. Trust me. I can't show my dice box right now. Just trust me.
No
Okay.
problem.
What's the DC?
DC is 16.
Fail.
Yes.
Assuming. Well, sorry.
Oh.
Never mind.
No.
Fail. Keep that Silvery Barbs. Fail.
Keep that Silvery Barbs. Good.
Yep. So tell me how you do this. Tell me what you how you manage to calm down Collis.
So as I'm looking at Collis, I basically am like, trust me, man. He knows he's an idiot. And this is just all mental, not
Okay.
actually saying anything out loud.
I'm gonna challenge Dan. You have to make this argument kind of like make sense here, right? So this you know this. There's a trigger word here. I think you caught that by now, I imagine. You know that this dude is angry beyond reason. So you're going to win no matter what, but you got to think about the idea of like someone's charging at one of your friends with a stick. How do you manage to get them to stop?
That's the hard part. I'm really thinking of something that would really work with that. So 1 second here. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work, but he hears his dad's voice. He says, "That's okay, son. Put it down."
Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to tell Dan this.
Okay.
I want you to read that whole spell.
Okay.
Oh wait, now I'm looking at the wrong spell. Hold on 1 second.
Charm Person. Yeah, I'm rereading it myself. Here. 1 second. I hope I don't accidentally leave the chat, but I want to come back to where we are before I get into this too deep.
So I know it lasts it's a minute, and they will know you're charmed. Or that you charmed them. Oh, it's an hour. Okay. But at the end of it, they will 100% know that you charmed them, and then they will take whatever actions they feel are necessary.
Are fair for that, yeah.
I want to give you full like reign of being able to do what you want on this, but I think I'm just gonna tell you straight up as a DM. As soon as that goes down, he's coming after you.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
You used his father's voice to tell him to calm down. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I could think of.
Sure. If you want, like, honestly, and this is like, I would like you to do this, but if you feel like you're just really kind of lost on it, I can take the reins. It's up to you.
Okay, let's back up on that though, because that is a little. It's not something I really want to go down the route of.
Yeah, I also want you to come. I just want to make sure that you understand the consequences.
Right. So in trying to charm him, in this case, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go straight with it. I really just try to make the situation as, hey, I know how bad this is going, but think about the big picture here. And then I just I guess what Io does is it kind of just conveys the idea of kind of the worst case scenario. Hey, you end up murdering somebody. This is going kind of like, can I do like I guess like a brief flash forward to the outcome of murdering one of our friends?
I love that.
Okay, let's go with that. I like that a lot better. And I feel like that's
great.
a lot more. I feel like that's a lot more in character what Io would do in this situation.
Cool. Awesome. You do that, and I would say that is going to end the combat at least for an hour, unless there's anything that anyone else wants to do here, so that I can kind of prep what goes on.
I mean, what I have after he charms him or in that, at any point, is there an insight check or is there anything that I see that sees what Io saw, like that change, that transformation, like look on his face? Would I recognize it?
Yeah, no check required. Once I explain it to you, you'll definitely know.
Got it.
Yeah, so you guys, I don't even know, because you can speak telepathically too. Like, I don't know if you wanted to kind of have that be a part of your charm person in this, because I don't think it's gonna be like, this is a role play sort of moment on that. Do you think that everybody hears you say that, Io?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. So if anyone wants to do anything else, you're seeing kind of the effect. I think you see a spell kind of come out. You see that it's like it seems like it hits Collis. I just don't want to keep from anyone to do something that they really wanted to do here either.
I want to walk up between Collis, like put my body between Collis and Alistair, and reach out and like try to just touch his like arms,
Okay.
and while I'm talking to him, trying to sense his specific emotional state and be like, I know you're upset right now. He is not worth your time of day. We are traveling together. I know my friend just did something to make you calm down a bit, but I need you to calm down, and I want to sense his emotional state while I'm doing this. Just like friendly, put my hands on his shoulder, lean into him, try to calm him down.
I love that. Cool. Nalani's asleep. Gwen, anything?
I think she didn't really notice at first, but she would, I think at this point, notice everybody's like moving over to one area. There's raised voices and some magic going on. So she would come over, sort of look at Alistair, back at Callus, to Siobhan and Io, and just be like, what's going on? Everything okay? Need some help?
Cool. All right. So to play out this scene, you see, I think, turn-wise, it doesn't, like mechanics-wise, turn-wise doesn't work like this, but I think just role-play-wise, it does kind of make sense. Io, you take I think you, like, even like putting like 1 foot forward, you as you're doing this spell, you notice that these like black sort of like briar like tendrils start to kind of like separate from his feet and start to kind of move over to yours as you're saying this. And I think you're like, that's in mid conversation, and you're like watching this and you're continuing to be like, you don't want to do this. Look, this is what's going to happen if you do this. You see those marks stop like right at your feet. Siobhan, you come running over. As you come running over, Siobhan, you're very used to being able to go. Well, wait, I don't know. Am I just making that up? Siobhan, you're a rogue, so you're very used to being able to go very fast. As soon as you start running, you notice that there are things that almost seem like they're like licking up at your feet, and you see the same sort of like vines. You manage to get right in front, but you notice that it takes you twice the amount of effort to do so, as you have to move your full 30 feet to get there. You put your hands on Collis. You feel like an intense sort of fire at first. And to make sure I give everybody the check that they deserve, or I give the answer everybody deserves. Io, you feel your spell land. You see the kind of like the briar like things start to kind of retreat back. Siobhan, I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that was really good. Saving throw. 7. 21? No. 21.
21. I love it. Awesome. As you put hands on shoulders and you're like talking to him, I would also like an insight check, but while you do that, the dexterity saving throw was because he immediately goes unconscious. And like fully just falls like full dead weight onto you. You're able to kind of catch him and like bring him down.
Insight, that's going to be a 19.
Okay. The first initial feelings you get are, I can say it now, rage. You feel an anger that I think, rage has never really been necessarily what's been described in Hollister's friend. But the intensity of that feels familiar in that like level, right? You also feel, 19 is pretty good. You feel a sense of family pride and protection, for lack of a better word. And then you feel insecurity as he goes out.
As I bring him down, I just want to kind of position him so he's like laying in my lap and just, do the calming, like cooing noises and rocking him and trying to keep him calm.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. Siobhan, you don't have dark vision, right?
I do not.
You feel a knife at your throat as no one was checking on Tamir. Yeah. And you feel 2 taps on your shoulder.
He's okay. He was just angry. He'll be fine. I'm not hurting him.
You see Tamar just came out of nowhere. You see him kind of look around, see the faces of everyone like just in kind of maybe shock. Alistair's the only one that I'm not entirely sure what the look would be.
I don't know how to describe it. I think he is everything that is going on isn't for him except for Collis. I think it's that working through he's mentally making all the connections right now.
Okay, cool. Is there any like connection to seeing Siobhan with a knife to her throat?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would break it because my next thing was going to ask what about him, so it was great timing. At that point, yeah, I mean, I would try and grab a notebook or something and try and write like he's fine, we're okay.
I love
Like,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. You write
In
that.
common. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
It's just
You hold it. Yeah, you hold it up. He went all the way down the hill, so you're 15 feet away from him. Like counting elevation is closer to 20 feet, and you're holding a notebook with just words quickly scribbled on it. You're like, like size. Like the size could only be as big as that page.
right.
And you're like, I have no idea if he's going to see this.
No.
You see full recognition of it.
Okay. What?
Yeah. Let's go. Flips the knight back over. He just kind of like moves back away from the fire and
No. And
Okay.
I'm going to start moving as quickly as I can towards him with the notebook, writing out, do you know what just happened? And like start just.
Cool. I love that. Low DC, there was I think everybody kind of gets an idea of like what essentially was kind of going on as far as with Tamara at least. But yeah, roll me a persuasion check.
It's 15.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Awesome. He kind of reaches for the pen.
Yeah.
Cool. For the 19, you handing the pen, everybody's probably shaking. So I think you're handing the pen, you're probably maybe shaking a little bit just from the adrenaline of this, maybe. And you happen to touch his hand a little bit. He's been sitting by the fire for a while. He is ice cold. You see him, you just kind of clock that and just takes the pen. Gives the pen back to you, just goes like this.
Have you seen him angry? Have you seen him change the black vines on the ground, the tentacles? Have you seen that before?
Takes the book, writes pulse ?
For him or for you? For him. Guys, is he alive? Can we check his pulse? Siobhan, is he?
He's okay. He's just asleep.
He's fine. He's sleeping. Now right on the beat. You can go check him. We're not stopping you.
Takes the book and the pen from you as he walks over. Checks on his friend, sees that he's fine. Kind of, you see him just take out this loud, a huge sigh.
I reach out and put a hand on him, like comfortingly, but I want to get a sense of his emotional connection to Kellis.
Okay. I'm gonna check a couple of features here. Nolani, you wake up.
Yep.
This is unfair for Nolani to be asleep through all this.
Everybody's just stepping over him back and forth.
He's in the middle of his trance, like, what the fuck, people?
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you do, Alistair?
I mean, to be fair, it's been that way every time, pretty much.
Oh, it's really funny.
I just want to point out, Alistair also clocked how motherly you are to this person.
Mm.
who's gone
Who?
through the same. You with
Me?
yeah,
Mhm.
with this guy. You immediately wanted to go comfort him and everything else. You've not once done anything remotely like that for Alistair.
That's arguable.
I think that's a long game there.
Mhm.
Okay.
I literally promised your parents I'd keep you safe.
So you said.
I'm gonna say, yeah. Siobhan, please give me an insight check. But I need you to do so with disadvantage.
Oh no, that was a natural 19.
Oh,
Oh, it's okay. That's an 11 plus 6, so 17.
17. That's really good. Okay, cool. I rolled a natural 7. You don't know, and that's fucking weird.
So I'm getting like no emotions from this thing? This
It's
guy?
like a steel box. I think
It's fucking
like
weird.
yeah, to you're I don't have you ever like had anything happen like that before?
I can't imagine so. The only time would.
I would like
No.
you I would like you to roll a luck check.
A luck check.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, a fucking 18 this time.
Okay. Once.
You said once?
Mhm.
Hmm.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Would she have also felt him being very cold?
Yeah, I think so.
Alistair reaches around and taps on the notepad.
Writes down. I truly don't know. This has never happened before. He's yeah, absolutely. He writes he's just a human and just puts him back to
I think I write. This happens to me too. And give it. Are you sure you've never seen this before? And then hand it back.
Okay. Just writes back, not with him.
I think Alistair, I take 2 steps back and just sit down on the ground.
Someone
just
wants
make
to
him
listen on what
comfortable.
exactly happened?
I'm not quite sure. I think tempers
Okay.
got out of hand.
You see him grab the book, scribble down, and just shows it to everyone, including Alani, who has just woken up. And say, like, can anyone wake him up?
I'm gonna gently try to like shake him a little and say quietly, Alice, it's time to wake up.
Yeah. Okay. You tell like he's because I know you said to him that he's sleeping. He was fully unconscious,
Mhm.
but stable. So
Oh,
oh yeah, you're all out of spells.
Nope. I'll reach forward and do the literally just the tip of my finger on his toe and cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah, he's absolutely a sandal wearer. Uh, yeah, you cast Cure Wounds. He comes up just blinking.
Hi, welcome back.
Hi.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Where? When you touch his toe, do you just stay there?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I do.
You see him kind of quickly look around. Oh, okay. Are you?
I imagine I
you
still have
okay?
it cradled in my arms.
Okay. Cool. Are you okay?
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah. Little bruised.
How do you know what happened?
You said something. I reacted. I fell down the hill and was knocked out.
Do you react like that a lot? Is that how long has you done that before?
Listen, man, you can't just start talking about
It
people's
happens to
family
me
and not-
too. It happens to me too.
I think we end tonight's session there.
I think that's a good
Yeah.
place.
Very
I agree.
The pregnant pause was in character as we span off into the night sky, and we end that there. Oh boy, I did have a board next to me just in case, but I don't have a mini for Collis yet. You guys know I can't go very long without making a wild magic barbarian somewhere.
I mean, you gotta have one.
That's the coolest one, in my
Gotta have
opinion.
one.
Next to Beast Barbarian. I'm not sure which one's
second
cooler.
cool. Oh, you're saying
Yes,
the
that's
coolest
why
class.
I immediately liked him anyway.
Coolest type of
so.
barbarian, yeah.
Yeah.
It's either Beast or Wild Magic for me.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was super cool.
Wild Magic Rune Knight combo. Best one.
You just gave me a wonderful idea for a future character.
Make him a furbolg.
Yep.
I do need an excuse to play a Furbolg at some point.
You-
So that works.
You son of a bitch. Dan,
Half Furbolg, half human.
Dan, I love you so much. If you play a Furbolg Wild Magic Barbarian / Rune Knight on the Sunday nights, I'll lose it.
Make him half human, and it will be
The wor-
amazing.
The worst part is I'm not planning on. Are you talking about for the Gladiator one shot?
No, I was saying for
Sunday
the in-person game.
Here's some straw.
Oh no, I already locked that in. I already sent you my minis.
Oh, good point. Yeah, too late.
Yeah.
Cool.
That for the future.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why later.
Yeah, very cool. So I always want to just give everything away as soon as we're done.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
But
Don't do
I'm not
it.
gonna do it.
Wait, I gotta ask: Are you using some of my homebrew class for Callus?
No,
No. Okay.
but I think that's so fitting. I think it's it is similar in a lot of
Yeah.
ways, so I think that really works.
Yeah. No, I like that.
No, that was 5 on the wild magic.
Oh, the wild magic barbarian. Yes. Nice.
Cool.
I have thoughts, and I can't wait to get to them.
Mhm.
Yeah, so there was I always plan on a full day's journey past what we always do. just in case. But when you, excuse me, Jess, you said Gwen was going to write in her notebook, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, we're going to do that. And then I thought, like, this, yeah, I was like, this is going to be tricky to do both in time. But
Nope.
yeah.
Good.
Jess, you are first thing. Oh, okay. So bad news. Next week, I will be playing a show, unfortunately. Actually, fortunately, the band I actually really like. Friday night. So I will be, I unfortunately will not be able to play. Just to throw this out there, I'm not against rescheduling if we really ever wanted to. If we wanted to even like put out like schedules of like this is typically an okay time if we wanted to reschedule on things. But I don't want to force anybody to even think like that. I don't know what your guys' schedule is or anything like that. So I want to just.
I'm not against trying to, but I know all of our schedules are pretty busy, but we can try.
Right.
I will say next week I am available Thursday, easily Thursday evening.
Yeah, I can make a Thursday work.
I will be gone. Okay. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Have practice Thursday night. Actually, I have another session Thursday night.
Right.
If that, wait a minute. Yeah, we could do Thursday night.
Okay.
The only issue I have is Fridays I have to be at work by 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's midnight here, so starting that late would be difficult because that would give me maybe 3 hours if we're counting showering, sleeping, taking care of the dogs before my work on Friday.
Yeah, that makes sense. I definitely couldn't have it be earlier because we'll be just getting out of practice then. So if we want to say let's just take a pause on it, we totally can. Open the conversation.
Thursday, and I could leave early too.
That's completely up to you. I will tell you this. You may get to Celeste by the end of that. You certainly won't get to Dare's Wharf.
I was hoping for a couple more opportunities for like PC roleplay because I feel like we didn't really get it this session. Like I thought me and Aya were gonna have a moment, and then that didn't happen. And the normal night shift PC on PC conversations.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, this all happened in like 2 minutes, so there's still a night shift to be had. So
yeah. Well, Joe, I really like your optimism that we'll make it to Celeste next session.
I'm like, we're never, no
2 weeks of travel,
no
to one
way.
session.
You guys we're going to still be on the road when I'm gone for 2 weeks in May. Let's just be
just like
here.
8 sessions to get through one day.
Yeah.
I mean, I do plan on moving things for like cutting and moving things forward. But yes, no, 2 weeks is a long time. A lot of things can happen.
Yeah. Maybe we talk about rescheduling for Thursday, like in Discord or something, just to see logistics if it works.
We can do that.
And then is Saturday possible for anybody? Also, because we didn't even talk about it. That's right. Okay.
You're in a wedding, is that what you said?
I will be at a wedding.
Oh. No, that's my back-to-back learn to play. I'll have a game at 3 and 8, and then I'll hate everybody at midnight.
Yeah. Sunday might be a possibility. I don't know.
I don't know if we're doing our thing next Sunday anyway, Joe. I don't think so.
We're not.
Yeah.
It was the 30th.
Yeah, and I think we're not meeting till the 5th.
I say that, but I forget I have a game at 3 on Sundays. But we can discuss.
That's a lot. Well, we'll present options, and honestly, if it doesn't seem ideal, it may be best to say no the following week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
We'll
but
figure
cool.
it out.
We'll figure it out.
I would like to try to make something happen because I probably will miss the 5th,
Okay.
which is the next Saturday. So
Yeah, and I'm 100% missing the 19th
Right.
because that's the boss's going away dinner.
Yeah. And I'll be out the 19th and the 26th because I will
Oh,
be
so we'll
in
both be out on the 19th.
Yeah, we probably won't play on the 19th then if 2 of you are gone.
Yeah.
Or we'll see how it works. If there's a point where there could be
side quest.
a side quest split.
Be a
The
side
boys'
quest.
side quest.
Yeah. Where you guys
That
just
can
level up.
only go
level up
wrong.
I
3
wish I was
times.
a high enough level, and then Siobhan and Gwen could just go hide out in the library together for a while, but that's not till like level 9. So
Yeah.
eventually we can have girl time in there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. Any questions about tonight? Things you noticed, like stuff like that, before we go into kudos?
I just want to say that I, Jessica, am super excited that we have a cave wyvern. We're keeping it forever, and we're gonna get 12 more. Just want it to be clear that Gwen's opinions are not my own.
Right.
Io's like me. Dan was also basically it's like, okay, I'm not gonna metagame, but I want to see how long and how far we can keep taking this thing with us. But I was like, okay, there's no way Io would be fully on board with that, especially not right away.
Right.
So I was like,
Yeah,
well,
and I will say, like, I think I thought, Clint, I thought you might be like trying to like start that route, which would be tricky for Alistair because that opens up a spot in his heart that I just kind of figured he wasn't ready for.
Yeah. I think I like from a character standpoint, it was genuinely trying to figure out how and when would be the right time to cut this thing open. And then when Gwen said what she said, and then Io started calling this thing abomination. At that point, he's just like, "Oh fuck you guys, we're keeping it."
Yeah, I love that.
Like
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, yes, there's emotions involved and all that, but I think at that point it was just like, you guys are just totally wrong. Like, no, like this is everything that I am. Nope.
I had a lot of there were a lot of moments tonight that I really loved, but I especially loved the putting putting Abby in a box, and then like leaving a spot on the lid open, hearing your friend like say pathetic, and then you being like, okay, I'm gonna take it off, which was a total like fuck you. And I like in my head, I was like, as a DM, I was like, maybe like I don't know if I was even 100% clear on whether or not like on what the intentions were of this thing. And so I said, yeah, you feel like you got punched in the stomach, or no, you moved it,
Yeah.
pathetic. And then I think you're.
I knocked it off. I knocked the top off of the cane, and then that's when
Yeah,
the con save.
you like assured the like fuck you, like no,
Yeah.
no, yeah, I get what you're saying. No, fuck you.
Yeah.
Which was great. I loved that.
That was fun. I will say 2 weeks in a row you've presented, and we all want to feel special, and we all have our cool, fun things, and it's like this is my thing. And 2 weeks in a row you're like, it's not. There's other people that have your thing too. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And like from a player and a character standpoint, I'm like, that's fucking scary because he didn't know, like, especially like the whole seeing magic thing. Like that's been his thing. That's what set him apart from everyone around him. And now there's other people that seem to know what's going on with it. So yeah.
Good. That was my sincere, direct intention. So I'm glad you caught that. Yeah. I was trying to figure out a way to be able to kind of like put this because I feel like there's a way that this could quickly escape me. You, Alistair cast Detect Good and Evil. For the record, Tamar, I made the Tamar. Tamar was in that circle. So it's all cards on the table. He's not undead.
Right.
Yeah. I'd say it's actually like a lot less exciting than that.
Okay. I clock what you're putting down now. I had to process it for a second. I was like, okay.
Well, cool. Well, let's go ahead and do our kudos and things that we're excited about. We'll do it straight today. We'll start with Clinton.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed Bitch. Like it's fun, man. I like watching you come out of your shell. I like Nalani a lot, and I'm really looking forward to seeing a lot more of him. That said, I am very much looking forward to seeing the librarian again. That I'm really excited. I think that is yeah, absolutely. It's a fun thing though that I want to know more about. I want to see more of it.
Yeah, I think with this, well, first off, to piggyback on that, Mitch, Nalani waking up and going, "What did Alistair do now?" is fucking hilarious.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That was
Really
funny.
was.
8 times.
I'll save it.
Yeah, there was a lot of really good.
And then, and what was the other thing we were talking about? Oh, the librarian thing. You guys have such interesting backstory NPCs that I want you to know. In a lot of cases, I read the sentence of whatever the thing, like, and it could just be a title and just like a general sort of thing. And I go, okay, cool. I'm gonna make it up on the spot. Here we go. I cannot do that with a lot of the NPCs you guys have put on me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think I started with one of them, and I was like, that doesn't even feel right at all. So then I spent like an hour, like, going, like, what would this be like?
Thank you.
Anyway, so yeah, so kudos to all of you for that. Just
My favorite moment by far was that I ignore him the first 8 times. That murdered me. It was amazing. It was just like, I love this kind of dry sense of humor that Nalani is starting to express in his character moments. It's hands down like my favorite in real life too, so it just makes sense that it's good here. And I'm definitely feeling very glad that I went with the invocation that I did for level 4, because Gwen's never sleeping again. She doesn't have time.
oh, that one. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
With Alistair starting fights every long rest.
Dude, no.
Yes.
Yes, on that. Okay, you know what you were doing.
Yeah.
You know.
I didn't know it was gonna do it. But I'm sorry. I sat there and I was like, guys, there is something going on. Come on.
There's totally something going on. You were 100% in the right here.
Maybe let us get a long rest before you start shit.
Wait until morning.
Listen, I have no qualms about what happened at all, because
No, it
you
was perfect.
mentioned his dad, saw the look, and then an hour later mentioned his dad again.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100.
He was like, I'm gonna be this kind of bully.
I really enjoy that Alistair does not pick up on a lot of social cues, but he does find the thing that's going to make people snap.
Oh, he's a knife twister.
He's a knife twister, and it's so good.
Yeah. Great.
That's me tonight.
Had to. I fully pulled up Belden's character sheet and just dropped it to level 3.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what to. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I don't have his character sheet. I didn't think we were going to go into combat with him right now. Anyways, cool. Dan.
Yeah. So, quick question before I give my kudos. So, with Detect Evil and Good up, I totally understand if you can't answer this. It's like, is the reason why Alistair was so freaked out about him was just his perception, or did he actually detect evil on him?
No. So when he cast Detect Evil and Good, besides Siobhan, which is not news, um, I don't think anyone came up, right?
Ah.
So what we were saying is, yeah, what we were saying with that was now knowing like the like ice cold sort of like, I mean, ice cold is a li- ice cold is an expression.
Mhm.
Older than normal.
Yeah,
But not
I'm
undead.
I'm just gonna tell you guys straight up. Okay, so here's like it's not a big secret because I feel like you guys are gonna dote on it. Tamar is a Gloomstalker.
Right.
Ah,
That makes sense.
Um,
I was thinking it was something
Totally
I
like
was
sense
that.
thinking
now.
that by
It
the
was giving me-
behavior and
It was
yeah.
giving
Yeah.
me Hillisar vibes.
Mhm.
oh yeah, 100%.
100%.
I mean, watching Hillisar like be able to do what he's doing, I was like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely an NPC at least.
Just running full speed. Yes, running full speed into the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being
If
able
that
to
didn't
see
give you the
as far as
clue.
he did,
Yeah.
like totally Gloomstalker behavior right there.
Yeah, and the like, so the uh, the deafness sort of mute part, in a way that like actually helps to kind of build the other senses. Um, he is, I mean, he's maxed out on stealth and deception.
Mm.
So when he has to be like sneaky, he's his in a magical sort of sense because this is a magical world where I'm the DM and I can do whatever I want. Um, he is able to lower his body temperature.
Nice.
Yep, that's
Cool.
super cool.
Okay.
Flavors free, Joe. I'll let you have that one.
Thank you. I get one. Cool. Mitch.
Oh, I didn't actually go.
Ah,
that was a good
jeez,
question.
Jesus. There's only 5 of you today, and I still don't get it right.
You've only had, I mean, you've had 5 hours of sleep in the past 2 days. You should be right on it.
That's true. That's true. You're right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Giving my kudos today here. Obviously, Mitch Mitch really has been killing it, but I did want to say I do want to give it to Clinton. I do want to give Clinton that moment because it turned a moment that me both as a character and like basically me and I at first I was like, oh come on, not now, Alistair. But then it turned into its own thing that turned out really nice. Like it became a pretty good role play moment for everybody. Like I got to see more of Siobhan's nurturing side in smoothing that over. I definitely kind of wish I came up with the idea to kind of do the whole like, hey, this is what's going to turn out what happened first, but still it went from it basically was a bad moment that became a good moment like really quickly, and I kind of like that.
I sorry, I'm gonna cut you off there because I'm very, very glad that you chose like, yeah, no, I'm gonna find a way that makes sense. Because I don't think I could have come up with a better one. That was great.
Oh, thanks. Because I literally was like, oh crap, I'm like, yeah, I know magic can do a lot of stuff, but I'm like, this is risky. And I'm one of those kind of people like I freeze when I'm hit with something I didn't think about. I was like, I don't even know if I want to do charm person because I the player know the ramifications, so I assume the character would know something of the ramifications, but
Yeah, you totally do. Any sort of like spell detail stuff.
mhm.
I mean, you guys can do whatever you want as far as like character trope stuff, but I, as the DM, assume that your character knows exactly how that spell works.
Mm-hmm. And things I'm looking forward to. Wow, there's a lot. Like me as a player does kind of want the party to form a bond with Abomination now, just because I want to see what's going to happen. I'm also really looking forward to having a kind of one-on-one session with Siobhan's character, since I don't really think they've really had very much interaction. So I'm looking forward to it.
I want to be clear, and I'm talking to Kiki right here. I'm talking to Kiki and I'm talking to Clinton. I have my food right here. My full thought was, okay, cool, PC interaction. I can go and eat. And then Alistair decides to just go off and I was ready to give you that moment.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay. Just makes the makes this the makes the next like kind of session be all the more you definitely have all the time that you need on that, so that's good. Um, sorry, I just keep talking over you guys. I'm sorry, Dan. You said what you were excited for, so we're good there.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Mitch.
So much good stuff. I enjoyed Gwen in the front of the wagon talking at that section. I want to hear more from Gwen. I'm really looking forward to the library, and just really either looking forward to the library or hearing Gwen and Kiki have a moment. Like so I really enjoyed that. I felt like that was like a precursor to what I thought was going to happen later that we didn't really get to. So really liked that moment. I liked a lot of the interaction with Clinton and the fox. That damn fox. But then I also, it was funny. It wasn't making sense to me, right? Like I kept thinking I needed to say something because Nolani would have never slept through all of that. But I was so interested in watching Clinton and Siobhan and Io work through that the way that you guys did. I was kind of mesmerized and didn't want to be like I didn't want to be in. If I had been awake, I would have just stood there and done nothing. So it was such an interesting interaction because there were nuances that were so different than how your guys' characters were just 5 weeks ago, right? Like the nurturing side out of Siobhan, the Clinton was not like I kept going, oh no, Clinton's friend's gonna come out here any second now, his friend's gonna come out. And then also just Io finding a way to work through it without just a full on battle. And I thought that was really interesting. And then also when I threw out the 8, Clinton, you amazingly you are super quick and witty, and it's always on it. Like I knew I was gonna throw out any number, and you were gonna throw out one more. Like I knew it. Like,
I ignore the first 1,199.
exactly.
That is good role playing right there when you're able to say yes and on that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So anyway, I am really looking forward to. I want to see Siobhan role play with someone. That's always super fun. And I'm looking forward to the library for sure.
Don't worry, Mitch. Gwen and Nolani will have lots of time when they're the only ones awake. So
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that too, but I mean,
good.
I just want to hear more about the library too. So
Yeah. Me too.
Me too.
Awesome. And last but not least, Kiki.
I really liked Nolani's interaction with Alistair and regarding Alistair in general throughout the whole session. Always love that. I love that we're seeing more and more of it. I was really looking forward to our moment with Io. But one thing I'm really looking forward, which I didn't really think of until a couple minutes ago, would be Alistair in the library, because I feel like that could either go really well or really poorly.
We have 4 levels to get there.
Yeah.
In
So
a
I guess
way.
that's like the long-term goal, but short-term is just more player and like player character interactions.
I don't think you actually go to the library. It's just the genie vessel or whatever. But
Clinton.
hadn't
Initial
even considered-
initial reactions to even thinking about that.
I
And for the record, Jess, no, it is the library.
okay, that's
Yeah.
okay. Perfect.
I kind of like picture it as more of like the it's more Portal-esque than like.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Perfect. That's how I was thinking of it too, but I just glad we're on the same page.
I had not considered it, and as soon as she said that, I was genuinely scared
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Terrifying.
I'm like, I can't play. I have 4 levels to completely alter my personality before I walk into that library. I've got to find some growth moments in there in order to make that a thing.
Look, it's been 1 week and Alistair's already adopted an abomination. So I think we're making progress.
Alistair also commented like, okay, so where is the inn? Where that was one of
That
my
was
favorite moments of
hilarious.
like,
Oh, yeah, that was
makes
good.
Oh, that
I love that we're
was
seeing this like slick city boy
amazing.
who's like, my life is so hard, and now he's like, oh wait, you guys like sleep on the ground out here? That's weird.
Do this all the
And
time.
even Gwen thinks that your expectations are too high. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
I don't
Oh,
He's
friends.
gonna get some real perspective over the next 2 weeks.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And Alistair on a boat. Let's go.
think a high DC for seasickness.
Yes. Every 5 minutes.
Oh no.
Well, friends, I legitimately could talk to you guys all night, but I need to try to figure out how to shut this system down. I love you all very, very much. I'm excited for whenever our next session is, to be able to have some PC interaction, and I can just sit back and watch you guys work.
Yeah.
Everybody have a great week. I'll see you later.
Try caffeine.
Yeah, I will. Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.